The dying flame crackles from the periodic trickle of brackish blood flowing from the freshly slain serpent into the hungry embers as the wood peels away into the night sky, carried by the refreshing heat. The shepherd's daughter looks onward towards her mysterious savior and warms her frost-bitten limbs by the fire, springing into existence by a brief echoing chant and a wave of a hand, like some kind of fairy tale conjuration. As the carving knife he deftly holds begins portioning out a modest meal from the apex predator, the young lass speaks. That is quite the story, and it seems you have the skills to back it up, she exclaims nervously. But it never answered my question. Why did you help me? I have nothing to give you in return. I don't need anything. And I couldn't say something as embarrassing as, it's what heroes do. So instead, I'll tell you what I knew to be true back then. I helped you because no one else was going to do it for you. When I leave, probably nobody ever will again. Welcome, travelers, to the Dragonleaf, the tea house where tales are told. What mysteries yet remain for our pernicious party? Let's dive in and find out. If you like the content, feel free to leave a tip in the tip jar in the form of a like and subscribe to our weekly tales. Leave a comment in the suggestion box to tell us how well we did or how well we did not. Thank you for listening. And without further ado, it's time to open up shop. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
There's no sassy thing this week.
I was trying to come up with a P thing for like possible predicament or like possible, I don't know, going with the, yeah. Basically, like it says, help.
That is the most accurate advertising that company's ever had.
Wow, the fact that that is sat upon a generic cola bottle with no branding whatsoever also feels like it has much more of a... Yeah, that particular brand of no-name cola, definitely.
Yes.
With that fucking... It feels very profound.
It's more for the fact that, again, Matilda's on death's door, so...
Yeah.
Oh, you need
There
your
is that.
Scary.
Bubbly help juice.
Bubbly help juice. Oh my god, can we call potions that?
They are that in essence.
It's very pleasant alliteration, too. Bubbly
I
help
call
juice.
potions carbonated. I hate that.
They have bubbles in them in the drawing, yeah. I don't know if they're carbonated, but they have
Right, they
bubbles
just
in them.
spit it out right away.
Are health potions like Clippy, but they're like the liquid form of Clippy? Like, hi, Clippy. Hi, it seems like you're in trouble.
Seems like you're bleeding out on the ground.
Let me help you help you. Uncork me. It's as useful as Clippy for sure, as in you have to do everything yourself still. Last time, the Deviants infiltrated Iron Hall, and after causing a ruckus at the Church of Saloon, made their way to the mine entrance guarded by Zarik Gelda, the honor guard of the Lyrian Order. Sending his attention towards a pair of puppeteered guards at the entrance to Girder Stormforge's office, the family followed another guard into the mine, navigating the serpentine pathways and coming out to find the Lyrian Order, some strange crystalline myconid creatures, and dwarves overtaken by some kind of mind control. After rescuing Mo, they went deeper, but the deeper they went, the worse the crystallization of the dwarves became. In a deep chamber, they discovered a strange jellyfish creature that they had inexplicably knew to be a Cerelith, a creature known as a Glimmer Devourer. As many of them found themselves under its thrall, they did battle with the creature. Killian, hunkering into the corner, was forced into a hidden room with a sudden gust of wind, and as she investigated the strange room, filled with invisible obstacles, returned to the fight. As the fight continued, the Cerelith, in desperation, began dispersing its damage among its followers. And as the quickly deflating Cerelith seemed to be on its last legs, the party heard a telltale thump of a body in the adjacent hidden room as their own personal feelings towards this creature began to lean towards guilt and fear.
Except, of course, Vincent.
Except, of course, for Mr. Goldwater.
Yeah,
who hovers invisibly in the corner of the room.
I am unconscious, and I still feel guilty. So fuck this thing.
That's very true. And as you all look upon this fight, and this calm music comes to an abrupt stop, we begin anew. As we begin, We leave the initiative order of the Cerelith behind and move into this glittering dwarven miner, who looks down towards Matilda and over towards Killian, and in a quick adjacent move, uses one part of its multi-attack to attempt to turn and kick Killian in the chest, shoving you 5 feet away. I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check for me.
That's gonna be an acrobatics.
A hefty
Not
foot
great.
comes hitting hard in your chest, and you are launched 5 feet back. As you kind of hit the edge of this circular stone plinth that you're on, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me. Stomping your feet down into this just lush, hard greenery, your foot slips off of the edge, and you fall prone as you hit the ground. You remain on this plinth, and you look over as the creature takes its claws and just begins to bear them down upon Matilda with the second hit in its multi-attack.
Can you do a shove as one of your
Oh
multi-attacks?
no!
You
Oh,
can.
extra
You
attack
can also
doesn't
grapple.
count. Extra attack is not the same as a multi-attack, right?
They're both. You can utilize both in the same fashion.
So we could
Okay.
do that.
Can I like
Yeah,
roll
absolutely.
over
Sick.
in my unconscious state?
The only difference in this campaign between multi-attack and extra attack among creatures and adventurers is that they cannot move between their multi-attack. It has to happen one then the other. Whereas extra attack, you can do like slash, move 30 feet, slash someone else.
Tight.
flourishes.
Yeah, multi-attack's like a cat that's like, "Meow," and then like extra attack's like, poof.
Oh, you would know about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, defos.
Matilda, the creature turns its attention down
Aw.
towards you and brings
Missed.
to bear its claw down. Let's find out.
Come on, I feel bad. I'm unconscious. Don't hit the sad chick that's like.
Don't try and worm your way out of this attack.
Hey,
I'd
I
be
don't
surprised if you
provoke.
miss. He does have advantage.
I don't provoke the DM. I
It
like
didn't-
guilt the DM. That's the difference between me and Candace.
That's a big old mistake. I don't got those emotions.
Oh no.
As the
Oh,
as the first
That's like Vincent.
as the first crystalline claws comes down upon your unconscious body, and you kind of just reel from this. Just you are unconscious and moving about. You can feel your life slowly fading away. You still
Oh,
feel
great.
bad for this creature over here, and your mind
Oh.
begins to wander towards this just guilt that you feel. But as those claws come bearing down, they crash directly into your abdomen, and
Oh,
you suffer
yikes.
2 death saving throw failures.
No,
Almost
I
critical
don't
hit.
like. Don't like. Is it by chance like radiant damage? Do I like? Do I negate?
Doesn't
No, this
make a
is
difference.
most definitely
No,
piercing damage.
I'm trying.
I'm resistant to radiant damage. That means I'm resistant to death throws. That's
Desperation is a stinky cologne.
Wow, coming up with all the good sayings today.
All right, let's right there. 9 minutes in. 10 minutes on the dot.
Oh.
Desperation is a stinky cologne.
you can roll it blinded to yourself and just send it to the DM, or blinded to us and you and the DM know about it, or you can roll it in the open.
Well, I got
There's
two.
two.
Like,
That's 2 failures, not 2 rolls.
Yeah.
A melee attack within 5 feet is a critical hit, which results in 2 death saving throw failures. The creature moves up and begins to lean down as though to grab onto you,
Oh, yeah,
Matilda,
you don't roll.
but it has no more actions to take. The second dwarf continues his onslaught chase of this other adventurer, and as he reaches the
Yeet.
very
God.
base of this stone wall, just reaches up and grabs onto the foot. Actually, it had to dash, so it reaches up in order to grab onto the foot of this adventurer, or this Lyrian knight, who continues just aggressively staring back towards the creature that is just ensuing this never-ending pursuit. The human
Oh, well.
prisoner within the body of the Cerelith continues to dance happily within the cosmos of its body, and
Dude.
just continues staring around and opening his mouth to gulp in as large of mouthfuls of this creature as it possibly can.
oh,
Dad.
gross.
Not sanitary.
It is Mo's turn. Vincent, what does Mo do?
The last
He's-
thing he was ordered to do, probably, which was stay in his clothes and concentrate on the invisibility.
Last time, I think he kind of like ducked out of your clothing and then attempted to fire something off.
No, he just cast invisibility on himself. And that's it.
It does not
I
seem
guess
like
he
he
was-
has very many things he can actually do in the first place.
No, not range. He doesn't have any range capabilities. Like he has a sting if he wanted to. But
How many of the ringlets of the pale has he used?
2 charges out of the 3.
Okay, yes. Then he cannot use Moonbeam. He continues to
He
hunker.
could, but then he would drop the invisibility.
He can't.
because it's
If he's
fire.
used any charges, he cannot use Moonbeam. It takes all of the charges.
I always
Moonbeam
picture
takes
the-
Oh no,
Three
it has
charges.
5. You're right. So he
Yeah.
can Moonbeam. In this
Again,
instant,
again,
That's also concentration.
Yeah.
it would cancel the invisibility that Vincent wants to remain on.
He's
himself.
just keeping Vincent.
okay. So as he kind of leans out of his cloak, he looks towards you and basically is just like, Master, should I? And you're just like, I like my invisibility. Thank you kindly. And Mo kind of just hunkers back down. Canonically, that didn't happen. I just thought that was fun.
Should I help? No. Very on brand.
Also, would fucking just eviscerate this human prisoner with a beam of moonlight.
We're not doing 100% right now, so Vincent wants a little backup for
Yeah.
himself.
Killian,
Sorry, guys.
it is your turn.
All right, can Killian crawl towards Matilda, remaining prone at least for the time being?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here, let me unpause. Sorry.
Come help Matilly.
Is it only 10 feet to get to her?
Yep, because you're prone. It's you're just shuffling over. The spot you were in was difficult terrain because as you went down, you're basically in this thick, leathery fungus.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think then I have enough movement to get to Matilda and stand, which I will do. No longer prone. And then I will use a Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll that healing.
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
11 health.
Ooh, nice. That's max healing. Matilda, you recover 11 hit points. What does this
Thank
healing look
fuck.
like?
So this healing, as Killian is like pulling herself up and like getting up, in one hand she still has her rifle, but in the other hand she's going to like kind of do like a movement with her hands of like arcane sigils, and then grasping her hammer, the sigils are going to like spread across the head of the hammer, and she's just going to essentially like clear like and like slam into Matilda's chest with her hammer, and instead of dealing damage, just the healing shoots through her body.
Like how any medical professional looking on from the outside is just like, no, you
No,
can't
you're
just yell
dead.
that and
She's
it works.
already dead.
Yeah, healing damage.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
suffer 11
exactly.
points of healing.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
the energy just poof, like a brief spark of life tears through you and reverberates through your body. Some of your wounds close, your eyes open, and you just return to your senses, still yet prone.
Yay!
Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've still got a few in the chamber. What are we doing? Can we even kill this thing?
I think we should get to that room that you found.
I mean, everything is killable.
Yeah, she'll turn her attention to the room, but she has no more actions remaining, so she'll
Oh
stay
shit! It's my turn.
Yep.
At the end of Killian's turn, as you stand and look over towards this creature that is still just mindlessly slowly reaching in towards Matilda to grab onto her, Matilda, you awaken and you see the carnage that is ensuing around you. What do you do?
I will use my action to disengage.
Smart.
I think I have that as well.
So this is difficult terrain.
I don't think so.
Actually, no, looking at it, I was wrong.
I think it's because you're prone.
Yeah, it was, definitely.
Oh, well, I will get up from prone. That's half my
So,
movement, and then
yeah, 15
5.
feet, so then you're at 20.
Making my way to the secret door. And then... Sorry, I wasn't expecting to, like, actually be able to do shit, so just give me 1 sec.
You move towards the door and you just explode as all of these +1 concentration, all of these various different effects just tear out of your body.
I know. Like,
That's true, you were unconscious. So let me see if any of these... No, you're good. You are not restrained. For some reason, that's
I
passively on your character.
think- Great. I love
Matilda
it.
always does feel passively a bit restrained.
Isn't it because I that it did something to me that I'm not aware of?
No.
Okay. But anyway, I think I will end my. Actually, no, I'm a liar. I'm gonna drink. I can drink a potion as a bonus action on my turn, right?
Yes.
I am going to do that. Oh, hold on. I have to target myself. Sorry.
Can't hold the potion and you just begin to like, it's not working.
Yeah,
Oh,
God forbid.
Right.
6. Is that median healing?
That is exactly medium. No, you can receive 10, but 6 is above.
Okay, cool. I will end my turn.
With a solid chunk, are you still bloody?
What's 17 plus 17? That's 34, right?
34. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm still bloodied.
Okay. Glancing around and just chugging this healing as you stand. You moved out of the creature's range, actually. So as I realize this, it is going to take an attack.
no,
No,
she-
but I
You
used the
disengaged.
You disengaged. Thank you.
I used the disengage action to not provoke that.
Perfect. Jojo. I
Jojo.
specifically used this action for that purpose.
Yeah, because
Fuck
I
off,
otherwise
DM.
I would have ED-BD'd them, but I was like, nah, I need to get out of here.
Most
Jojo like
excellent.
looks towards the room where she heard the body drop and be like, oh fuck. Fuck. And she goes and attacks this guy. With her warhammer. Recklessly. Yeah, let's do it recklessly.
Oh yeah.
Can he do anything about
Ooh,
this?
ha ha ha!
Ooh, that's a natural 20. He is going to use his reaction to attempt to grab onto your weapon. Like, he reaches up, and you see his clawed hands kind of become this just almost sticky mass, and then the hammer slips directly through his fingers and slams into the top of his head.
Why was that a D20?
What?
Hang on a second. I think the damage on this is
No.
completely
Critical
wrong.
damage adds as one massed lump at the very end. So, like, it adds the maximum damage you can deal from all of your dice onto the end of our criticals because we have
Yeah,
just max.
It rolled another D20 that said fuck yeah again. So I was confused. Hang on. It's 1D10 plus
It looks
my
like you-
savage critical.
The damage is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's plus savage critical plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, they're all good.
Oh, okay,
you,
great.
you strong. That's why.
32 damage then.
With a 32 damage, you bring this creature down to 0 beyond the
damn it.
maximum hit points it has available as a creature. You basically just shatter it from the top down, bringing your hammer down, and for the second time, just
Wow.
vivisecting a creature with a blunt weapon.
Yeah.
As the creature just shatters into the ground,
Holy
there's nothing
shit.
left but body parts.
That was a great description, DM. I love it.
She
Love
and she runs into the other room.
As you run over, you stand up against the stone wall and you place your hand against the wall. It's solid.
She like goes to a lower part of the wall.
Solid.
But Killian, how'd you get in here?
I don't know. I got sucked in. There was wind.
Shit. Fuck. I use my extra attack.
Yeah,
against the wall.
yeah.
On the
yes,
wall?
I was about to
Okay,
say that,
roll the hit.
yes.
I'll just also reckless.
Yep.
That is a why is it prompting me for featherfall? That's weird.
Oh, you targeted yourself.
Oh, so as
And-
it's like you have a reaction here. Is this
Yeah.
useful?
Basically. Can't help but notice you had Featherfall.
Clippy at it.
24.
Yeah. That's 24 to hit.
We need a
and
fantasy
then-
Clippy.
Oh, that's only a 7 damage.
7. Bringing the Warhammer back, you slam into the wall and you see small cracks begin to slam into it as a bit of shale falls off and crumbles down to the ground. You leave a small dent.
Fuck. She's going to bonus action. Just take a step back and she's going to like put out her hand as like in the space right here. I'm getting still feedback, Damon. There's going to be flump that appears and goes against the wall and it's like, and starts to expand before it explodes against the wall with some force damage.
Can I take a quick look at that ability? Does that only affect creatures?
Oh shit! It has to be right beside a creature, I think, but it does damage everything around it. So, can Jojo do it to herself? Let me double check.
What is this? This ability is your
My wild surge.
wild surge.
A flump appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. Can that include me?
Yes.
So Jojo will stay beside it. So it explodes. It's a dexterity save, 1d6 force damage to everything around it.
Yeah, each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex save or take 1d6 force damage. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action.
Oh, but you know what? I can summon it right beside me and then move, right?
Yeah, because it's the end. But the problem is this thing does not affect objects. It can only harm creatures. It says every creature takes 5 force damage on a failed dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Let me check
I
if
don't like
objects
that
are
rule.
immune to force damage.
I think it's poison and psychic. For
I think
obvious
so as
reasons.
well. Yeah, poison and psychic. In this instance, because this ability or effect cannot target objects, the wall remains as it just this flump.
Okay, well, that
I'll
happens
tell you
anyway.
this though, because you would know the extent of the ability. If you wish to use the flump in a different location, that's totally fine.
I think the other guy is too far away, and I think that, yeah, I just do that. No, I'm
There's-
not gonna hit the flyfish.
No? Okay. You summon the creature, it appears in front of you, and as you move back in this spark of tactical genius and positioning, you move yourself away, summoning the flump, and as it explodes, you see that just mystical energy pass around and just dance off of the wall itself.
Fuck. Vincent! Help! Where are you?
You guys see the decorated knight move 10 feet just outside of your visual range, and then you see him launch back with just a woof, massive blast of energy, flings forward as he slams into the wall, falls down, and then slams into the ground over here, just destroyed, his body mangled.
Is there
You hear a
trap on the
voice.
ladder?
You hear a voice echoing out from the top of the stairs. I won't be having any of that right now, sorry. Vincent, you are now up.
Where did that voice come from? And where did it?
You heard it
I can't
echoing through the
see.
chamber coming from the north. You can't see past that. The wall itself is 50 feet high. It just leads into wherever these stairs are leading up towards, so you're not entirely certain. But both of the staircases have just been destroyed by massive impacts.
It's Vincent's turn, right?
It is
Yeah, I'm
Vincent's turn.
thinking, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Can Vincent fly up a bit until he sees over that break?
What is your flight speed? 60, yeah?
60.
So you fly up to 50 feet, and as you glance over, you see a family of dwarves, unconscious, some of which semi-crystallized, similarly to the ones that are currently laying here, and just all of which lying unconscious, laid out in a U pattern. From what you can see currently, you see a human woman wearing a horned helmet who is laying down and examining these dwarvish individuals, and as you fly up, she looks over for a brief moment, examining where that individual just slammed into the wall, and then goes back to her examination.
Doesn't notice Vincent.
You're invisible.
I know. I was
Yeah.
just curious.
I would love. I'm not quite the DM to just be like, oh, dude, it's see invisibility. Everyone's got that. You just need 2 gold coins to have see invisibility.
Okay. And then looking over at the jelly. How far is the jelly from Vincent right now? Because he's 50 feet up in the air.
The jelly is 25 feet over, and because you're 50 feet, that adds another 12 feet, so another 10. So he's 35 feet away.
Okay, because he's tall too. So Vincent he has his conductor wand out still in his hand, and he'll point it at him And a wave of force will come over the glimmering devourer, and it'll just tell it to grovel.
Does this in any way enforce a charm effect?
Nope. Command is not charm.
Oh, command. As you reach a hand out, go ahead and cast the spell. It'll prompt the save from me.
It's not a spell though. It's the wand.
Oh, you're using the wand. Okay. I will. Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, DC 15.
You reach the wand out and woof, cast. As you call your command, it echoes out, and the creature just continues doing exactly what it was doing previously. Does not seem to have been affected.
It's a little tisk. He's actually going to make his way towards this individual, get a little closer.
You have 20 feet of movement remaining.
Okay, he'll move 20 feet closer to them then. I'm a little wrong. Here. Oh, I can't see them now. Why? Off the ground floor.
I have a macro set so that occurs. As you move, looking over towards these individuals, they don't seem to have paid any attention towards you.
Okay. I'm close enough now. Vincent's gonna use his bonus action to connect with this individual.
Okay.
With his mind link, his devilish voice, and he'll just. You said a female, right?
Yes.
Hey, we could use some help over here, love.
Couldn't we all? Who the fuck are you?
I'd love to introduce myself, but I'm a little busy.
Well, then get to it. Then she pays attention back down towards the bodies at the base and begins to inspect once more.
Are you sure I could make it worth your whiles?
Oh, we have plenty of deals in the mix, thank you.
That's probably about all Vincent can say in these 6 seconds. So.
She's like looking around actively to try and see where the source of this is coming from, but nothing. You also hear another voice. What are you doing? We seem to have some kind of an uninvited guest. Where? I don't know. We'll figure it out, and hurry. Which one do you want me to do? As you begin to hear this arguing in the north as it begins to echo through the chamber, that last call. What do you want me to do? Echoes out loud enough for everybody in the room to begin to hear it. He says, shut up.
Does that sound like a Cyrenan accent? I don't think Jojo would recognize it, but Vincent probably would, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
It's not. Cyrenan, as at least the people that you have dealt with from CERN have a certain degree of kind of this this fluidity to them. These people almost seem like they are their language is simpler. You can see that the origin of their language is simpler, and they're speaking common now as a second language. And as that continues, the battle music becomes once again more prevalent in this. At the end of Vincent's turn, you do end your turn, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is now the creature's turn. The Cerelith will first begin to devour the individual. Am I, for the first time, going to get more than the... Nope. 11 hit points. Return to the creature. As it begins absorbing, you can see at this point the clothing on this individual seems fine. The creature is pretty much translucent, save for these just cosmos of energy. As it continues to absorb, you guys see specifically Matilda. And Vincent, you're close enough to see it. Both of you see, as this person is absorbed, more of these stones begin forming in the body of the creature. Several more appear, and this just flash of brilliant light. And as it does so, this individual now he is rather bloodied. You can see the skin of this individual is beginning to peel away, and blood is beginning to pour into the creature. As it turns its attention now towards everybody hunking. Y'all are hunking over here. It is going to move over top of Killian and Matilda.
Oh, fuck! No! I was gonna be like, thank God. I was like, thank God that's attacking that guy.
I'm
sucks
also
to be
thankful
him.
it didn't use any of its legendary actions last turn. I was waiting for Adrian to use them.
For some reason, it did not seem capable. But as it was hovering over top, it kind of just lands on top of both Killian and Matilda and begins to once again attempt to absorb and devour.
Oh my god.
It's going to use its action to summon these crystalline bolts within its body, and then three of them shoot in toward. Two of them shoot in, one towards Matilda and one towards Jojo.
Advantage.
Being
against
in-
me.
This is like being in a
Indeed.
shitty relationship. It's like fucking draining you of all your health and energy.
Who else is a threat right
Not
now?
me.
Know what it's going to do?
Is it shoot?
know what
Because
it's going to
JoJo's
do?
not inside of her. Killian is. Is it going to shoot Killian instead?
No.
Did you get the-
Instead, it is going to use its action to command Jojo.
Oh.
And Jojo, there is no save for this.
Okay.
You feel a word dig into your mind at this brief
Ooh.
moment, and a command comes to you, not in words, but in a series of like angelic blips, like as these tones and pops begin to tear into your mind. Find the other threat, to which you understand to mean Vincent.
Okay.
You will use your next turn to the best of your ability to attempt to find where Vincent is and reveal
Good
it.
luck.
I mean, Jojo has a way for sure.
Yeah.
The Dwarven Miner. Seeing the individual now just blasted down to the ground, the head follows back and then kind of sees the body, and you see it just kind of lets out this faint, shrill shriek for a brief moment before beginning to descend the steps once more. It will dash back down to 0 and then use 15 feet to go over here and back into the fight, completely ignoring the deceased body of the knight. And as it begins to run towards you all, did I do that right? Yes. Human prisoner continues to gulp delicious mouthfuls of this jellyfish creature. It is Mo's turn. Mo continues with his current pathway of action, hiding aggressively within your cloak. I'll say in this instance, I mean, technically he can't move, so he can't take the dodge action, but he will try, and then he will have advantage canceled out by disadvantage on any dex saves. And in the meantime, Killian, you are up.
All right. So, is Killian currently sharing a space with the prisoner?
Or is it floating above him?
Oh, you're right. Sorry. You would have shuffled over 5 feet to the other side because the prisoner would not have moved in that instance. I'm going to put you here, and also move the creature off of you temporarily, just so you can select yourselves.
Well, Killian is going to use her action to do an attack, but she is going to attempt to shove both the prisoner and Matilda out of the creature's space.
Excellent. Go ahead and make. I mean, the prisoner cannot contest this. He is not paying any attention. So as you turn, you slam into this individual and just launch him 5 feet out, adjacent from you. As you find yourself kind of just floating in this mass, you slam them out, and they kind of just impact into the ground and just begin to look like a baby attempting to swim forward. And Matilda, I assume you're not going to fight
You're
the
not
shove.
contesting me?
No.
Okay.
I trust Killian.
So
Don't push me.
I think what it looks like is I
Yeah.
cross-check the prisoner with the rifle, and then kind of swing it around so that the stock is pointed towards Matilda, and just shove with the edge of it to push her to.
Fuck my kidneys.
So as the creature, you get launched over here, Matilda, and pushed out as you get slammed in the kidneys by Killian. And Killian, as you push back, you find yourself doing a little backflip. Your ears begin to clog a little bit with that liquid, and it's mildly uncomfortable. You still feel bad, and as you kind of find yourself now just engrossed in this liquid, looking around, you see the cosmos around you and those gemstones continuing to form. What do you do?
Well, that was my action. I'm going to cast heroism on myself. So just gonna quickly interact with the hammer once more, and bring it to my chest and mutter a couple of words as this kind of energy just kind of spreads from the hammer out around Killian, and her like worried like eyebrows that she typically has just kind of fade to like a neutral appearance as she gains the immunity to the frightened condition.
You feel this just force of courage completely encircle you, filling your mind with determination. I also forgot to roll something for the creature, so I just did that. In case any of you are wondering what that clacking was.
You didn't digest them at the beginning of their turn as well, right?
No.
But that is Killian's turn.
Okay. Killian, at the end of your turn, I'll move this creature back to where it was. It is going to use a legendary action. It is going to go ahead and offer you a command. Stop. You'll take no actions on your next turn. You can move, but you'll take no actions.
Understood.
Matilda, you are up.
I have a couple questions. So did I notice something happen to Jojo? Or is that totally like mind shit? I have no fucking clue.
Jojo, you did notice that she suddenly calmed down from the visibly aggressive state she was in previously. But that's about all you can do. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Because I'm also wondering if Matilda would know how to get someone out of that state, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing you can do either way. But
Those two crystal blasts that shot at one at Jojo, one at Matilda, did they both miss? Because I don't think we resolved that.
They actually didn't do
yes.
them. They used an action to command Jojo to find you.
I'm so insightful. 3. I know so much about Jojo.
You're not sure. You were just launched out of this creature and kind of slammed into the ground. The like liquid cosmos around you is beginning to flitter away, so it's understandable. But you did not notice.
All right. Okie
It's really
dokes.
between you two.
Also, it's not a matter of perception, it's a matter of insight, just in case, because all of you can see 360 degrees around you what's happening. You just didn't pick up on anything strange.
No, and also like you said, it was all mental. So unless Matilda like noticed it, it wasn't like magic, la la la. It was But anyway.
La, la, la.
Yeah. What Matilda wants to do? Oh, she's torn, but I want to use my turn to investigate the wall to see like what's going on. Now, here's the thing: Matilda is either going to be like, "What the fuck's going on with this wall?" And if she can't figure out what the fuck's going on with the wall, she wants to find the best place that strategically to hit it that'll cause the most damage, like math meme, like do.
Find a weakness.
Yeah, but
Excellent.
she's just like, what the fuck? And if she can't figure out what the fuck, she just wants to be like, what is its weakness?
I will say this: you're a good like 5+ feet away from the wall. If you move closer, the DC will be lower, but you can remain where you are and risk a higher DC.
Okay, I'll move one more.
The creature will take an attack of opportunity. It's just going to
Okay.
use a tentacle lash against you.
Biscuit for the biscuit.
Yeah, I think it's worth it though.
Think of how delicious that biscuit could be.
Oh,
With an
man,
11,
this
it
is so-
just hits you.
Oh.
You
What?
take 4 points of... Go ahead and open this. You
Oh,
take
yeah,
4 points of
okay.
piercing damage. And as it lashes across your back, you take an additional 2 points of radiant damage. Half to 1.
That's a low
okay.
AC
So-
my gal.
I know, fuck.
My day. Machine. My day.
Okay. Boop. Oh. Fuck you! I hate that it says token health, you're not worthy. That just like sucks.
I
every
changed
time.
that. I changed that. I didn't want it to be so oppressive.
Yeah,
Like
I don't see that anymore.
Oh, well, excuse me. I am in the past, apparently. Anyway, I'm going to investigate this wall. Tell me your secrets, wall.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay.
A
Normal.
mom and enter.
Okay, come on, Matilda. You know lots of shit about walls. No, I don't. I lied.
With a 13, the DC was not overly high. As you are looking at the wall, the weakness does seem to be the impact that Jojo has made, but as you investigate it, you see that the wall begins to fill itself in. that crack that was once larger is slowly becoming smaller. And as you look at it, you kind of get the same strange feeling from this thing as you did that kind of just translucent wall that surrounded you guys when you were fighting the Moonlight Blade. This thing, as you are looking at it, seems to be of the dungeon.
The rift, it's like a barrier. You have to defeat the challenge for it to go away. That's what we did last time.
Okay.
But Killian did make it through somehow. With a 13, you do not know why. But these things occur to you.
Well, fuck. Okay. Can you do that a couple more times for me? Sorry, I'll stop being an asshole. Okay, for my bonus action, I'm gonna doff another health potion.
Doff a health potion.
Yeah.
Not quaff, I assume.
No, to doff. You're just taking it off.
Yeah.
I'm just removing this help. It's cumbersome.
Oh,
is
it doff and quaff? Is quaff is to drink it, right?
Yeah. Doff is to
Okay,
take it
sorry.
off.
Well, I used to be a hardy bard, so I was used to saying doth more than quaff. So
you heal 9 hit points, which is fantastic for potion of healing. So before, you had 4 potions of healing in your inventory at the beginning of this session, but I think you used 1 last session. So you should only have 1 left, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry,
That's all good. How many arrows do you guys have?
No, health and potions are important. I thought I knew I had 4, and I took. So that's good to know. Okay, 9.
I believe I'm out of javelins. If you really want to know.
You sure? Have you checked your back pockets?
Battle, you can always go and retrieve those.
I am no longer bloodied, sir.
Most excellent. I will remove said blood. What's that smell? Not blood. As we look on towards the next fight. Matilda, is that the end of your turn?
Come find me, Jojo.
Yeah.
Jojo, you're up. Seek Vincent. You feel entitled, but also a little bit enticed now for some reason.
Jojo is going to like bring up her hand, be like, and then the shot of chaos magic through the eyes. She's gonna activate her magic awareness. Could you show me?
Away,
you definitely are when you're 50 feet up. You're definitely more than 60 feet away from Jojo.
Do you have charges left of that?
I have 2 charges left of it.
Awesome.
So I have 1 left after this. It went up to
As
3 when
you-
I leveled up.
60 feet. So within the creature, you see a hint of magic. Once again, this kind of strange magic, this school that you don't recognize, that just shifts in rainbow hues, coming from both the creature and the gemstones on the inside of the creature. You notice that there is one that is significantly more powerful than the rest. This one energy is just oozing off of this gemstone in the center of the creature. To the south of you, that wall seems to be emitting a conjuration energy. And it's everything you can see.
Would the command stop Jojo from saying all this out loud?
Right now, your only goal is to find Vincent and reveal him.
Okay.
So there's nothing that would say you could or could not. You just take no other actions aside from that. If Jojo feels like that would be relevant in this command, then you would say it.
Okay, well then I'll just hold on to that information for... The information is in my brain, but I don't care about it right now.
In there.
Yeah.
Also, it's things you can't see, so you do not see the invisible Vincent.
Oh, I don't see the magic of the invisibility, or like
You don't.
I mean, he's too far away from me for first bit, but like that's
true. But
interesting.
for things like this, even with detect magic, like you can't find invisible creatures with detect magic. It's only objects you can see.
Oh,
So
okay.
only see invisibility would allow that to happen.
Well, that's
but as you
cool to know.
you burn this, you gain positive information and no negative.
Yay!
information.
Do I feel like I need to move around because does Jojo know that that's how it is? Or I guess not, because she used her action for this. So like Jojo can't see Vincent. She assumes that it's because he's not close enough to her. So would Jojo want to move to?
Totally up to you. However you think Jojo would do this.
You have it up for like this the round, basically the 6 seconds. So.
Yeah, I think Jojo is going to go over here trying to see Vincent, but I believe that's still not close enough. And it doesn't matter.
You can't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You
can't
move into
matter. I know.
You're not worthy.
Oh, but I do have a bonus action, so I will flump. Oh wait, that's my entire turn. I can't command. Blah 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 blah.
That's
blah.
true.
Done.
And at the end of your turn, the decorated knight, who I will now remove from combat, I'm going to go ahead and roll something. Okay. Vincent, you are up.
He's gonna squint at this individual. He heard a somewhat commanding male voice and then a female voice, right? How much is his passive insight to believe that these two are Mackenzie and whatever his face are?
Based on just their voices and like the way you connected into their heads and they spoke like this naturally, you can assume that it's not them.
I thought they were under really good disguise this time.
Very
Very
hard to
fun.
hide your own mental like
Voice.
you can speak in different languages, but it's rather difficult to accomplish something like that.
Does
Okay.
JoJo rage end this turn, or if she doesn't get hit? She didn't take damage last turn either, I don't think, and then she didn't hit anything.
No, you did. You hit
Last
the
turn you
people guy
attacked the
last.
wall.
This turn, I didn't attack anything, so if I don't take damage, then my rage ends?
By the end of
Yes,
your
at
next
the
turn.
beginning
Okay.
at the beginning of your next turn.
Donka.
Vincent's going to look over to the individual. You do realize there's a giant jellyfish in the other room, right? It's currently in combat with a bunch of people that would be very grateful if you help them. They'd probably reward you in some way.
I feel like you're attempting to persuade me to do something I really don't want to do. I hope you realize that's going to be very hard. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Well,
Mhm.
I seem like someone who's up to that challenge, dear. Trust me. I don't disappoint. 17.
Oh, but it is fun to just string you along, isn't it? I'm sure you understand the nature of that. No, but here, please continue talking to me. Your friends desperately need help. Please, just let's continue to have this conversation.
Vincent
And she is-
over.
You see, as she looks around, she's like still scanning the air and is still just clueless. She's almost like trying to be intimidating, looking in any particular direction for a long period of time before scanning to the next one to see if there's any shift or any change in the environment.
Does she seem hostile, or just the fact that she doesn't want to put herself in an inconvenience?
From what you're looking at and your passive insight, she actually seems to be helping these people, these unconscious dwarves here. She's lined them up and is currently checking them for like damage and such.
What was the leader of the Stormforge family called? Garuda?
Girder.
Girder. Well, dear, I can see you're helping the dwarves. I have a suspicion who you are. We're here to help as well, by the way. Trying to get rid of this problem. I'm sure Gerda would appreciate it.
Funny she didn't mention you. Roll deception. And then this will be the last thing, just to see whether or not you can get that past her.
18.
Although we were quite forceful, and she yells out, and he's just like, just finish your job. And anything with the rest of your turn?
Did that require any actions to do?
The first persuasion attempted was an action, yeah.
Okay, as a bonus action. Vincent's gonna move a bit. He'll come back over. He'll still stay above. Flap probably over here. He'll move it more over here, and then he'll end his turn.
At the end of your turn, this individual steps out, and still yet hidden by the light, you see him kind of begin to take a position. In a similar dress with a different horned helmet, this other individual begins to walk forward and looks out over the battlefield before we should probably hurry, and moves back over towards the dwarves, reaching down and picking one up and begins to move. How much movement do you have left? That was all of it. So he reaches down, grabs onto this person, lifts them up as he is now grappled. Let's get these people back. And then the other woman grabs onto a different dwarf and begins to move.
I'm assuming my deception failed as well, considering they're leaving.
The deception seemed to work because she was like, hey, like, Gerda didn't mention you, but we were quite forceful about it. And then she yelled at this other person. But they are now moving these dwarves to safety, piece by piece. Action, the grapple could not dash. They are that far away. The Cerelith's turn. With Killian still in body, it looks down towards Matilda and over towards... The human prisoner's a better target. Goes over here and scoops him up. And then looking at Jojo, who you have now snapped out of its control. Who does it want?
That's disconcerting.
Matilda,
Who
you're
does
not
it want?
you're not bloodied, right, Matilda?
I am no longer bloodied, DM.
Goes for you.
Oh,
Then it scoops you up.
what a cunt.
That looks like a full box of juice right there.
That is
I know, fucker.
Wow.
it is it has one space left, my friend. Just one space left for a fanciful half orc. But it actually cannot get to you with that much movement.
Am I fanciful?
So at the beginning of its turn, it is going to use Devour on Killian. So Killian, you suffer.
As it approaches the wall, do I get sucked in again?
You were in it previously.
No, Killian, or
I mean
you're
the,
not.
into the room.
You're not in that current position. Matilda is in that current position. But as it squeezes its way around and just begins to fill in this entire section, it just sits and begins to pull all of you in. It uses its absorb at the beginning of its turn. Killian, you take 11 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Creature restores. And as it looks onwards towards the fight, it's going to dash, actually. Moved too much. You had 40 at first. That's fine. It's going to use 30 feet. Get over here and pull
right
Jojo
through me.
into its midst.
Is there enough room? Oh, yeah.
There's 4, yeah.
Am I
And as
coming
it-
with it?
Pulls
Yeah.
itself around
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you move with the creature as it encircles you. So now it pulls all of you into
I
its
had
grip
bored
and
you
begins
again.
to just hold onto you.
Oh my gosh.
It used its action to dash, so that's it at current. And then this miner's going to move over here. It's going to use its action to investigate this corpse. And then it begins to... It brings itself down to the ground and starts praying. As it looks
Oh
at
my
the
God.
corpse for a brief moment, stares over it, and then it turns its attention back towards the creature, drops down to its knees, raises its hand, and just begins to move into a moment of reverence, seeing no other dangers in the area. Human prisoner was not in there at the moment, so that's fine.
he is.
No, he wasn't there at the beginning of the creature's turn. It had to scoop him back
Yeah.
up.
What a
Mo.
cock.
Oh,
Damon,
it's got
Oh
like
my
a single health
God.
point.
Yeah, Mo is damn near dead.
Really liking
He
the
is just
C
kind of
words
sitting
today,
and hovering.
what?
You're really liking the C words today.
I'm sorry. I was like, I ain't calling this thing a jellyfish no more. This guy's big gulp. Look at this guy.
Big gulp. Killian, you're up.
All right, I'm up. Does anything happen at the start of my turn while I'm in here or not?
Looks like I think it's at the start of Julie's turn.
Yeah,
it
the
is.
jellyfish, at the beginning of the jellyfish's turn, it can do a thing. Actually, at the end of Mo's turn, it's going to take its last legendary action. And I need to roll to see something.
Who it is? Hit me.
Okay.
Keep my rage.
I think it is. You were the one who was kind of like the most outside of its range at the time. So at the end of Mo's turn, it's going to summon 3 darts. Bup. It is going to cause you, Jojo.
Not advantage.
So, it's going to roll 3 attack rolls. This will be... Who is the most healthy? Matilda, you take 1. Actually, everybody... Let me just double check this. Yeah, Killian, you were the only one who is not hit here. Jojo.
Woo.
The dart flies in towards you. You manage to dodge out of the way in the goo. Second dart comes in towards Matilda, and the third goes in towards the other individual, and both of you are hit. With a 13
Oh,
and a
that
15.
Pumi dead.
I don't think Killian can dodge it because she's forced to miss her turn. Because she was told to stop, right?
It is now Killian's turn, but that hasn't come into play yet.
Okay.
It
I'm not
activates at the
trying
beginning of the turn.
I'm not trying to get Killian hurt. I was
No,
just
it's all
like,
good.
No, thank
I
you.
wasn't being attacked by
yeah,
the...
fuck you. I want you to deal with the same shit I know. Kidding.
Okay, so
all right. So it's my turn. I can't take any actions?
not quite yet. So Matilda and Killian, both of you take, that is 5 points of piercing damage and 4 points of radiant damage. Matilda, yours is halved to 2 points of radiant damage.
Oh,
And-
did attack Killian?
No, attacked Matilda and Jojo.
It attacked Matilda, Jojo, Killian.
Okay.
As it does so, it's slamming into you guys. As you are absorbed into this creature too, you can see that alchemist fire still bubbling at the top of the creature. It's like forming this just mucus membrane around it and consciously attempting to keep it from escaping. And as it is currently doing that, it takes a number of temporary hit points. You can see this kind of just membrane begin to thicken around the creature's body as it absorbs energy from you.
Sorry, who got hit there? Matilda got hit, and who was the other one?
Matilda and Killian both got hit.
Okay.
Jojo managed to avoid the hit, unless you would allow it to hit you, because you want to continue your rage. Okay. So that is
Not
5
bad.
points of piercing damage and 4 points of radiant.
All right. So now it's my turn?
Now it is your turn.
Okay. I gained 3 temp HP from my heroism.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm bloodied.
Does it... So, I guess my other question still stands. Is it that I cannot take any action this turn?
You cannot take an action or a bonus action, but you can
Okay.
take movement, or if you have any other form of basically you are robbed of your action and bonus.
Gotcha. Okay. Is it difficult terrain to try to escape from him, or can I just not escape because I don't have an action to?
You have
grab?
to use your action to attempt to break out.
Okay. All right. Well, then I
Or be shoved out, I guess, because those have been working.
Yeah. Then I can't do much of anything. That is I.
Alrighty. Matilda, you were up.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hi, Mom.
You pull from the liquid around you, and just you actually begin to absorb liquid from the creature as this stardust frost armor appears across your body, and you can actually see that liquid begins to diminish away from the creature. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Oh shit. Okay. One D6 rolling.
Creature
A
suffers
5.
Creature suffers 5 points of damage, and you see its entire body diminish ever so slightly.
It's getting smaller. Interesting.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm gonna quaff my last healing potion because I need to. Yeah. Actually.
I will
No,
say if the human prisoner looks like his skin is being torn up, Killian looks like the entire main layer of her skin is being removed at this point.
Oh shit! I will,
She's looking real bad.
I can't use my action to feed you a potion.
You can use your action, just not a bonus action.
Yeah.
It's only an action to feed a potion to an unconscious creature.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, then I'll
So
use
you
my.
can feed it as a bonus action to a conscious one?
Yes, the only time that a potion is a action is if you are attempting to give it to an unconscious creature in our campaign.
Okay, cool. And then what I will do then is I will use.
Man, all of those text pop-ups that show up whenever you try to do anything.
I know.
All
don't know
right.
why it
Here you
happens,
go. I'm healing you.
Ooh, Killian?
Yeah, take 6 healing. My
Very
little
much.
killy bean. Thank you for telling me. I being Matilda, I get very self-centered, so I appreciate the reminder. Okay, cool. And then I will end my turn.
Okay. So Armor of Agathis is how many temporary hit points did you gain? It's
said
always
15.
set. Yeah, it's always set. Beautiful.
No,
15 is
yeah.
15 is painful. Jojo, you are up. The effect on your mind has dissipated, and you find
So-
yourself now in this jelly.
My rage ends because I did not take damage. And my magic awareness is still up until the end of this round. These the last 12 seconds.
Nice.
So Jojo sees the crystal in here that seems to be more powerful than the other ones.
Yes.
And now that she's been bored, she grabs that one, and with her gauntlets of ogre strike, she's going to try and crush it in her grip. Should she?
Yes!
Should
You-
she rage for this? Nah.
Okay.
Maybe. Should I rage?
It's up to you.
Again?
You just have a like
Advantage
this is
on
probably
athletics
just
checks.
an unhanded attack. Like I don't think you'd have advantage.
This would likely be an athletics check in order to attempt to do something with this because
which
it's
I
not
would get.
it's not really
You'd
an
have
attack.
advantage if you were raging.
Yeah. And I would get advantage if I was raging.
Yeah, I would.
I'll rage again.
Get mad.
So, get mad. Get money. Rage. Get
Bigger
mad,
number,
get
better person. Get mad, get
Um,
money.
That's wild magic surge, right? Yes. Number 2, that is
Ooh.
oh, my teleport one. That's pretty good for right now. Oh, do I have to see to an unoccupied? Fuck. Dang it.
You can see. Your
I can-
range ends.
I just wanted to like go through the rift thing, but I guess you could sort of see through it, but it was tiny. Anyways, she's gonna try and crush the. She's gonna try and crush the gem.
Go ahead and roll athletics with advantage. You hear immediately in your mind, stop right now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do I have? Oh, whose voice is this?
You don't recognize it.
Well, here we go.
No.
Oh,
fool!
No.
With a 15, you grab it, you begin to crush it, and you see the splinters begin to form across the surface as it cracks. You hear, stop! Years of effort! You do not
Years
break
of
it, but this thing is literally like snap of a twig. But you have it currently just damn near crushed in your hands.
Is this a transparent jelly? Can I see what's going on or no?
Yes, you can.
Out loud, Jojo's gonna say to this voice, if you don't want your years of effort wasted, then make me stop right now. Where's my fucking mom?
Who's your fucking mom? Who's your fucking mom?
Bring her out.
Speak words. Use your intelligence.
I'm raging.
You seem you fuck.
This teleportation thing, can I bring things that I'm holding? It just,
Yeah, I don't see why not. Anything you're carrying and holding,
Can I try?
or wearing and carrying.
I'll try and teleport out with it. With this gem. So I'll whoop, sort of like warp through space.
I gotta
over
say,
here.
it would be very chaotic, but also the worst ability ever if you dropped everything you were carrying and holding,
Yeah.
or wearing and carrying when you teleport this. You're just
totally.
naked.
I'm just wondering if it's like this thing that seems to be part of this creature.
What, like the time
Like,
traveler's
at
wife, or
You-
the guy shows up naked everywhere he like time travels to?
You grab onto it, you disappear out of the creature, you appear over here, you're holding this thing in your hand. The creature does not seem affected.
Oh.
As you tear this gemstone out of its body, however, you do see its body once again bring itself down a little bit. Go ahead and roll a d10.
My passive insight. Can I get the feeling that JoJo's yelling into the gem? Watching that whole and she yelled out loud.
Insight is about motives. That would just be perception. What is your passive
Okay.
perception?
16.
16? Jojo, were you yelling into the gem or just out loud?
I said I did it out loud.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like she was. And the creature takes... You see it diminish slightly. Jojo.
Watermelon.
Oh.
Good answer. Good hustle. I genuinely can't
Thanks,
remember if it was
coach.
your turn or not.
I believe my turn had just ended.
Yeah.
I
Just began
teleported
your
out with
rage,
the
teleported
gem, and then threatened whoever is talking to me with it.
I think we don't hear that voice. Like we
No, you
inside
guys-
the
As
jelly.
you. No, Jojo heard this in her head.
Okay.
I was trying to remember the order of operations.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the beginning of the round, these people begin to move again. You see this woman over here. They went after you before, Vincent, because I forgot to move them. But this
they
woman
would've
moves.
gone now? Okay, so they're just doubling up and around, I see.
They are shuffling. This woman will dash. She connects into the connection once more and says, "Can you hear me? Hello?"
Yes, dear. I'll be here for at least a little while. I'm
Uh,
currently trying to aid in the other room, but I don't mind a pleasant conversation here and there.
Okay, that's good. Who are you? And what do you want? And what are you offering us? Because we are doing quite well on our side.
My name is Vi, but what I'm offering, I don't know. What do you need? I have gold. I have jewels.
No.
I can simply aid. I'm already kind of aiding you guys, but I can put more of an effort into saving dwarves as well if you wish.
Oof, not yet convinced.
What is it you need, dear?
Nothing really. I was kind of just wondering what it is you had to offer.
Well, there's always me, dear.
And who are you, Vi?
Oof. I don't think words could sum that up.
I don't really like people like you. That is the end of her turn. This guy will grab onto this dwarf and begins to move him over before dashing
I
back
like
to
her.
grab onto this one. Then he will move 5.
I love that answer.
Yeah,
that's
Set
what I mean.
that up. It was so good.
Vincent, it is now your turn.
So just smirks. He's enjoying this banter in his head. Well, each his own, dear. Each his own. And he'll look down at the jellyfish, and he's gonna point the wand again, and he's gonna say, out loud, "Release."
How many charges of that is left?
I think one more after this. Oh no, this is the last one.
I was under a weird impression. Yeah, no, it's 7 charges. I was like, can you do each of those once a day? But that would be terrible. So, wisdom saving throw.
DC 15.
Is this a spell? This is a magical effect for sure.
It is not a spell. It is just the one's ability. Yeah.
But for certain a magical effect. Okay, the advantage was worse. You said drop?
Release. The same one
Release.
as he cast at the beginning to spit everyone out.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. 3 bodies eject out of the creature's, on its
Grab a
turn. but-
stone.
You see the creature begin to constrict like a sponge, and all of you on the inside can feel this just danger as the body begins to enforce pressure upon you. That flame grows closer and closer to your face, Killian, as it's just held tightly in this sphere. And what is anything with the rest of your turn, Vincent?
Looking at everyone, who seems the worst off?
Who seems the worst off? Matilda has a pretty cool frost armor on right now.
Yeah, she's got the frost armor.
Killian definitely looks the worst of all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Killian looks like shit.
Jojo, you're gonna feel like a nice breeze hit your shoulders and like go over your neck to give you like tingles. And in your ears, you'll heal. Hold on, dear. I'll help you here, and you'll regain some health. Cast.
Where the hell have you
healing
been?
Doesn't your invisibility go away?
Yes, it does.
Where
Then
you
you
were like,
look around and I'm like 50 feet up in the air.
you're like, Killian's the worst off. Let's kill Jojo.
Right. So Mo is no longer concentrating.
He has invisibility. Oh yeah, he doesn't need to. So So yeah, you gain 6 health.
That's
Oh.
to Jojo?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I thought you were already invisible.
Sorry, that's to Jojo? Just
Mhm.
double check. Okay, cool.
So you've regained 6 health, 2d4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, 6 would be above medium.
Cool.
He is going to move. I gotta turn off the terrain. He'll fly over here.
Oh, I need to give you the flying condition. That's why. Now you ignore my macros. You fly over there, now visible. The individuals who were previously standing turn around to see you. And then he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And
He'll
she's
just
like,
wave.
"He seems to match the voice that was calling out to me in my head." And he's like, "Catch me up, maybe?" Oh, you're caught up now. This is... He turns around and just kind of looks towards you, and you see his hand just claws erupt out from the edge of his fingertips as he looks at you.
I'll raise my hand in like both my hands up. I'm not here to fight you. Simply just asking for help. We're here to help everyone as well.
They look back towards each other and say, "No witnesses. We'll see." And they both kind of look back at you. Do you do anything? That is the end of your turn, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the creature's turn, the three of you feel yourself ejected out from the body, and you just kind of boom, 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 slam into the ground underneath. It's just sliding in this faint goo that now cascades off of your body. As you all land, the creature used that's its whole turn, right? Command uses the entire turn.
Yeah, so all it can do is just release. Maybe, does it release the jewels in him?
Ooh. That would be cool.
Roll a fate dice. It has done this before, but the jewels were not manually released.
14.
14. Actually, I'm sorry. That is a preemptive fate dice. That cannot even happen. This is it squishes and squeezes and launches you guys out of it. The jewels remain embedded in the exact places that they were previously. So, command. Yes. Excellent. That is the creature's turn. The glittering dwarvish miner sees you guys fall out of the body and moves over towards you. Still kind of just shuffling on its knees. It grabs you, Killian, and then tries to throw you up into the body. Go ahead and make a contested grapple check.
Right.
Acrobatic.
I'm acrobaticking.
This is the second time that it has beat you by 1. Grabs your body and vaults you up into the body over here.
Back and forth.
I will shuffle you back 1.
At least you didn't get damaged at the beginning of its turn, so.
And just as he scoops and throws, he can't do anything else. He's going to stand up. So that's half your movement. Used 10 to get over here. You got 5 feet. You're going to go. And then he's moving in towards Matilda to do the same. The human prisoner stands up from prone. And then looks around. What was I doing?
Oh, are you finally awake?
Oh yeah, dives in.
Ah, fuck you.
Moves over and
What
moves
a
over
fucking
and
idiot. How did
jumps
you get
into
into
the
this family?
Sure.
God.
Rank 1, I think so.
And then Killian. Mo looks on, says, "How did you?" Actually, I skipped Mo previously because he's been doing nothing, but he's just like, "Master, this is bullshit."
Why don't you, you should still have that thing. Why don't you light up the room a little bit? Drop a moonbeam on me, a little chilly there.
That sounds lovely.
Are you okay?
Just a little delirious.
Good berry?
Just a little delirious. He's over here with. There you are. Mo
Mo should
becomes
be-
visible.
Mo should be inside of my me.
He has to pop out briefly to cast the spell. Then he
Flirting.
reaches his taps his gauntlets together, which, just so you're aware, is completely unnecessary. and casts Moonbeam.
Oh, I love the idea of this imp with his gauntlets.
Little bracelet. Little tiny little
You
bracelet.
turn them to gauntlets. That's adorable.
So Moonbeam. The gauntlets did not add them to him because he is a rando. So I'll just try and cast.
I can tell you what it does. But Moon.
I just need to make the cylinder.
Yeah, it's a 5. It's just a 5 foot
5 foot 40 feet
tall.
He's gonna place it, attempting to not hit anybody else. 5 foot radius, right?
5 raid.
Yeah.
Diameter. 5 foot radius. Okay,
Oh,
put it there.
I'm pretty sure it just covers a single square, right?
Mm-mm.
You can place not with a 5 foot radius, no. But you can also place, so everyone's aware, spells at the center of a grid and at each grid intersection for positioning. So a line spell could potentially hit a 2x2 area if you were to position it as such. But as this, just he tips the braces together, and as the light begins to just form, you see a faint moon, like a spark of light appear, and then just suppressive moonlight tears down in this constant, just vicious blue beam. And as it fills the entire area, the creature has to roll a Constitution saving throw. That's interesting.
Yeah. The
Oh.
Moonbeam doesn't hurt them when it spawns. It only hurts them at the beginning of their turn.
And if they're a shapeshifter, they
It,
gotta-
it reveals their true forms. Yeah.
Okay.
But it
one of
doesn't need
these
to roll
days,
yet.
that will be a cool moment.
Yeah, I feel.
Next
The
time we see
moonbeam.
stealing.
The moonbeam appears, tears down, and begins to erupt over the creature's body. And Mo's just like, okay, I did a good job. Smoothies for everyone. And he brings himself back into your clothing. Killian, it is now your turn.
All right. It's an action to break free of this thing, correct?
You basically need to, like, athletics burst your way out of it.
Grab a gem on your way out.
So Killian is going to, it's specifically athletics. There's no acrobaticing out of it, I'm assuming.
Not in this instance.
All right. So she will do her darndest.
Are you gonna grab a gem or not?
No, she doesn't really have
Okay.
the means
Okay.
to
It would have
do
just been
that.
like an item interaction to grab it, right? It was just because I was
Yeah.
trying to crush it.
As part of another action, you can utilize an item interaction. So in this instance, you could grab a gem and try and break out if you want.
Okay, sure. I'll grab a gem in that case. I just didn't want to use up any of my other economy.
For sure.
So try to break out, which for me is probably not good. Yep.
That's-
Oh,
what
it's
I was
almost a nat
expected.
20.
That is one of those. You reach yourself to the side and you begin to push, grabbing onto a gemstone. You like utilize the edge to try and tear any kind of membrane on the outside of the body, but you remain in place. Anything with your
Alright.
bonus action?
Nope, because my bonus action was going to be disengaging from this dwarf, but
Can you
that's,
heal yourself?
No, I cannot.
No.
I technically I can, but I used my action to try to break free.
Mm.
We've
so
slipped
that is
into the
Killian's
universe. We've slipped into the universe where Matilda's like an aged trucker. She's like, you heal yourself over there, kid.
You got some of that healing.
At the end of Killian's turn, Matilda, you are up.
I'm gonna itty bitty this guy.
I will remind you that it seems like this thing is capable of dispersing its damage among its followers.
She's
Yep.
hitting this thing.
Yeah, I
it-
turned.
Oh,
it.
him.
Forward.
Okay.
Cut out the middleman.
Yes. Does a 24 hit?
24 hits. Go and roll
Okay.
damage.
8 damage.
8?
Is it
Ooh,
dead?
that hurts. I don't think so, but let me give you an answer to that in just one moment. No, as you blast it, it just reels back and you can see shards shatter off its body.
Okay, second beam.
It's gonna use its reaction to try and catch your beam.
Is it 28?
That is. Go ahead and roll damage.
Is that double its AC or like plus whatever its
No,
AC? Are
we
doing
don't-
That?
We don't
Oh,
do that.
sorry.
One.
Fine.
In previous campaigns where you guys were capable of rolling like 59s. You
Is it-
blast this creature, and as the last beam of force passes through its body, just tearing a hole straight through, it just kind of looks up towards the jellyfish once more, and then slams into the ground. Psh! Little bits of its back begin to spark and shatter off of it as it is
Question,
deceased.
DM, has the attacks that have been reactionary from this jellyfish, have they been melee attacks?
You have seen ranged darts go out.
So would
you
that
have.
count?
Oh, you're saying like, is it opportunity attacks melee?
Yeah.
Yes, they seem to be melee.
Okay, cool.
One
I'm
tried
gonna
to
try.
hit you with a tentacle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and provoke a opportunity attack by backing up.
Okay, it for sure will. Let me go ahead and roll that.
Eat my armor of Agathis, you piece of shit.
That is a 2 equaling 1 to hit.
Oh.
You can not contest this though if you wish. You can let a creature hit you. In
Yeah,
our
I'm
campaign.
gonna let it hit me because I want it to trigger my spell.
So it reaches back, slams down on your body. You take 5 points of piercing damage. And you take... Oh, sorry, let me go ahead. 4 points of radiant, half to 2.
Okay.
And then your armor absorbs this impact, some of which shattering, and the rest shoots out in this just cosmic frost blast towards the creature as it suffers 15 points of damage. It is going to... Can it do that? Yes. It is going to take 7 points of damage and send 7 points of damage elsewhere.
Does my temporary hit points absorb all that, and then I still get to keep
Yes.
them if they're not all
Correct.
gone?
And it's
Yeah.
all 15 damage every time until the temp hit points are gone.
Yeah,
You cannot, though, re-up those temp hit points. Yeah. It basically becomes... It's a little awkward.
Okay, cool.
As long as you have the temp hit points, like those ones specifically, and they're not overridden by another one, you keep doing the 15 frost damage if
Okay.
it hurts you.
So in this instance, it was 7. So you have 8 remaining?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then as the blast tears through the creature's body, you see it kind of reel backwards, and it pulls its tentacle back like it's afraid of you. Jojo. Matilda, is that the end of your turn?
I am going to... Because I moved 5, 10, 15, 20... I'm gonna be like right here. And then
You-
that's where I'll end my turn.
Okay. You see the wall. You launched both Eldritch Blasts, yeah. You see the wall itself still filling in very, very slowly. But you can see that crack is continuing to fill in itself. And at the end of your turn, Jojo, you are up.
Jojo is about looks at the jellyfish and like the damage that it's about to take with the moonbeam and goes to move and is slower than Matilda in getting to that spot. Is like that crack that is currently filling in. Can she see through it?
No, it's a solid wall cracking it from the impact.
And I can't attack the wall while Matilda's there.
Sorry, I would have not been there if I knew you were coming to the wall.
What I can say here, it's an action to grapple and move a creature. If you guys want to try and amend this, I'll need a fate dice roll.
Okay.
Both of them or just one?
Both. This one's got to be harder.
Sorry.
Positive? That's positive. You guys can shuffle
Okay.
positions in
That's
this case.
positive. Cool.
Thank you.
Jojo, as you call out towards Matilda to
Oh,
stop,
Oh,
saw
Secrets!
the void.
Sorry, what were you saying, DM?
Nothing. As you shuffle forward, you at the very last moment slip in, and you and Matilda kind of do this little shuffle dance maneuver, and you end up right up next to the wall.
It's still a solid wall, huh? For Jojo?
Indeed.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna attack the wall again.
Versatile.
Or not?
Yeah, versatile, reckless. 17 to hit.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Normal is 14 damage.
14 damage. Bring your warhammer back. Crack. Crumble straight through, and you see this entire wall itself, the rest of it around the solid piece that you just impacted in. You see the wind begin to just gently waft out as you smell this scent of like lavender incense. And as you now see through into the room, the rest of the wall, like oatmeal, just begins to melt away.
Mom! And Jojo's gonna walk into that room.
As you move in, you see an individual. One sec. Wearing a familiar robe, unconscious on the ground.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, there is no icon here. Let me fix it.
Shouldn't I have used my action? Can't hear a potion. Fuck.
Permit
throw
me
it?
a moment, friend.
Can you throw the healing potion at her and have it like shatter over?
No.
No, we asked about that in the past.
That's always an action. That's just a ranged attack roll.
I know.
Unconscious on the ground, right here in this spot, you see the body of your mother. From where you are standing, she just kind of lays facing away from you. However, in the room as well, you see two other figures. As you hold the gemstone in your hand, not yet shattered, you see figures wearing both black and white, these strange outfits. Helms of bladed suns pouring out. You see this, one of which wearing a gray-black vestige with speckles of starlight, similar to what you've seen on the other creature. And the one on the right wearing this just pure white vestige, similar to your mother's. And they both look at you, raise a hand out, and they say, "Give us the gemstone, and we'll let you leave." And the other one looks towards them with this look of mad frustration.
Jojo, as a bonus action, is going to shift through space and like get it right up in their face, and she like holds it up. Heal her or I'll crush it. Right fucking now.
We need guarantees.
I'm confused about how I would give a guarantee in this situation. It's like a
There's no guaranteed they'd heal if she like
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
them the crystal. It's a
do it.
I
She's gonna
picture Jojo just like holding the gem tighter and like looking at them, and then they see more cracks form, and they're just like,
Yeah,
"Ah, there's my
Roll
guarantee!"
intimidation with advantage.
Healing her is the guarantee.
13. Let me go ahead and roll this.
13.
Okay.
And Jojo like even takes out a potion to like give them in case they don't have ways of their own healing.
They go to take it. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. At the beginning of the round, a few things happen. This one takes the potion and just hands it over to the other one in the black robe, who then moves down and just pulls her up for a brief moment, places her head against that stone plinth there, and just begins to feed her the potion. I am now, before this happens, rolling 1d20 for Rowena. As the potion begins to slide down her throat, you see the bubbling liquid come to the end of the vial, and then just the vial discards as the person lifts up Rowena and holds on to her like this woman is their own last lifeline. And after a few seconds, the potion begins to fizzle away. Body remains inert, and they're just like, it's not. As the body shifts over and Rowena leans, beginning to cough as this just liquid, brackish black fluid begins to pour out of her lungs. And they're just like, there you go, looking up towards you, Jojo, in terror as you just begin to hover over them. The gemstone. The other one looks towards you as though capable of demanding anything.
Yeah, she's just like still holding on to it, looking at her because it's not her turn right now.
Gotcha. This one will use its action to reach out and try and take it from you. Do you let it go?
Do I let it go? No.
Ooh, Jojo lied.
You see their
What
faces.
timing?
You see their faces go quickly from fear to frustration.
Did you do this to her?
You lied. You lied to us. It lied to us. As they look back down towards each other, and they keep repeating this phrase in frustration. You guys begin to hear it out through the wall that is now just has a JoJo-like imprint that is slowly melting away as JoJo kind of bursts through previously. And as they look towards each other, the camera shifts to the north.
Can we hear that? Like people yelling and...
You do now, yes.
We do,
and
yeah.
this
JoJo
just
is super loud.
this immense frustration begins to pour over them. So that one used its action to try and grapple the potion from you. This one used its action to feed it, so they do not have an action. Vincent, beginning of your turn. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's still yet these people. As this one looks towards you with a look of frustration. The male bears these just vicious claws and places the dwarf down on the ground as he turns his attention towards you. And the other one seems interested. I'm gonna roll a dice to see whether or not she stops him. You hear, "No witnesses." She begins to stride forward. She places herself up next to the other dwarf. It takes 5 more feet. And you see a cocked head and a awkward blink as she looks at you for a brief moment and says, "You really do only have a few seconds before he kills you. Plead your case."
Vincent eyeing them up and down. Is there any way he can, based on perception or insight, figure out if they're like a part of this cult group or if they're more probably allied with the dwarves and just kind of caught up in this?
So what I can say here, you can use your passive insight's ludicrous. You have a 19 passive insight. Looking at them, you're certain that their motives are not those of, like, they're helping the dwarves. They're doing so for a reason. Whatever reason that is you don't know, but you're certain of that. If you attempt to like look them over with perception or attempt to investigate the area to determine like anything of use, that would be an action.
Okay. I think my information from my passive insight is enough for me to act on this.
Tamara, we're hearing all the crinkling and stuff. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sure there's something we can work out. I can help you with what you're doing. You're saving these people for a reason. I don't have any ill will against them. Tell me what you need, and I can see if I can help.
Roll persuasion.
$25. There we go.
It's pretty good. They look back towards you for a second, and then you see the male with this look of a predator with prey caught in his line of sight just stops and looks towards you for a second and says, "You haven't found a locket anywhere, have you?"
Thinking back, did Vincent see the locket anywhere?
Nothing of particular value. And then she's like, "Oh," strides forward, and he just kind of looks towards her. And then you see his eyes dilate again as he looks back towards you with the same ferocity that was dropped for a brief moment. They lean and they say, "We are on a mission. What we need is nobody to have witnessed us. You are," as they look at you still kind of like hovering around and just landing on the ground in front of them with this wind surrounding you, "are clearly from Amaranth. So tell me, what family are you a part of? This information might allow you to live."
Do I see any tattoos on them?
You're not with your passive perception.
Okay. I assume that means you are as well, dear. I don't think you would have heard of us unless you've been back very recently. We're new. But, fortunately, I don't think that's information I can give you right now. Maybe after.
Maybe
I wish to get
after
this dealt with, and then we can speak.
maybe after a few gashes open up, you will be more willing to speak. And she looks back towards the other one, who kind of nods, and they both look onwards towards you. But they've spent their turn in this conversation. Vincent, you are up. They are currently hostile.
Is this all mental conversation?
No, we're speaking out loud.
Okay, just making sure.
This one is, yeah, out loud. So Mo is with me. He's off. Vincent, seeing that she's basically threatening, I'll leave now. I'll come back later when you've had some time to think, dear. He'll fly away. As he's passing by, he notices that both Jojo, he heard some commotion down here. He was there. Jillian's not looking so hot there.
No, you just see her like she's swimming, just like trying to like push her way out and like can't get out.
Yeah. In this spot right here, I'm gonna make a Wither and Bloom at 3rd level.
The ground just tears with this magical greenery that begins to rip upwards and encircle the entire area.
Oh, it won't let me upcast it. I'll just add these extra things. So 9 necrotic damage. Killian, you get to roll 2 hit dice.
Is it creatures of your choice?
Mm-hmm.
Each creature of your choice in the area must... Okay. So con save for the Cerelith, but not the human prisoner? Or do you want to heal? You want to use their health to fuel
I can
Killian's
only
healing?
heal a single individual, and Killian is more important to Vincent.
Is the healing based on damage dealt?
No.
No,
You
it's
okay.
just roll hit die.
They did not succeed.
Okay, so they take the full 9 necrotic damage, and Killian gets to heal
rolls
for
2 hit dice.
2 hit dice plus my spell casting ability modifier, so that's +3.
I don't add my con like I would
No.
normally, right?
You add
Okay.
my spell casting ability.
Oh, but yours is +3?
Hmm.
Okay, perfect. Then
Hit
that's
die
the same.
+3.
Yeah. Okay.
10. I think it's only +3 for the whole thing. not
Once.
for
Yeah,
each.
yeah, okay. Then I'm just gonna roll a d8. So 15 plus 3. No, sorry, 15 total. Woof. That's the good
Solid.
stuff.
Solid. As the energy, you see these vines begin to tear up and around you and just cradle you in this warm embrace as you begin to heal from your own. It actually kind of like punctures into you a little bit, and you can feel your own body begin to regenerate faster.
Vincent moves the rest of his movement down here, and ends his turn. Mo would be with him. You could just probably hide his token.
I think that's 65 feet. I'm determining from where you were previously. Oh, I'm using difficult terrain. Never mind.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, the creature, with Killian and... So does anything happen for this thing being in Wither and Bloom, or that was an instantaneous effect? Yes.
That was an instantaneous effect. I don't know
Yes.
why the AoE stays up.
Beginning of its turn, it will
Moonbeam.
now roll a save for Moonbeam.
Con save, I
Constitution.
don't know. Let me see what the save is on the item.
It's based on your charisma.
Yeah, it's based on Mo's charisma.
Mo's charisma. Is
It's
Mo...
no charisma.
Mo's... It's not uncharismatic. And as
Constructive.
the creature does succeed to save, does the damage do half?
Yes, I believe so.
I think it's 2d10. I have to look at Moonbeam.
Half as much on a successful. 2d10. 10 and a 9 for 19 points of...
Nice.
It's radiant, yes? Radiant damage. Creature's going to send 4 of that to Rowena. How much healing did that potion do?
Oh, I never rolled it.
Go ahead and roll that 2d4 plus 2. Well, it's minimum 5 either way.
Yeah, 6.
6, perfect. So Rowena, you see just on the inside of the room as her mind begins to reel. You see blood begin to trickle down from the nose, and he's like, "I didn't do anything. You
Stop
lied to
it.
us. You."
I told you I wouldn't crush it,
He
and
pulls
I
out a
haven't.
dagger.
You-
Drop it.
Yeah, I would crush it, and I would kill you.
Drop it. I can't trust you anymore. You'll kill us anyway. You're a fucking liar.
Is that
You're a
Jojo?
liar!
You're a fucking murderer! And Jojo's like so in a rage right now.
You know nothing of the greater good. As they begin to fixate
I don't
on
give
this
a
fight,
fuck about the greater good.
you begin to hear the
Greater
fight going off in the inside of the room. The creature now has its action. With Vincent visible, sees all these people. That night is gone. It's at the beginning of its turn. It's going to use its devour. So Killian and Person, both of you take. I've never been able to roll above the medium healing on this. Both of you take 11 points of damage, and this creature begins to recover.
How much radiant damage? Or is it just 11 altogether?
It is 11 radiant damage total.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to...
You are not in the body, Matilda.
No, but I know sometimes that it does like other damage and then radiant on top, so this is making sure that...
Gotcha. And then it is going to move. It's going to scoop up Vincent and Mo. It is
Yum,
going
yum.
to... Does it have the rest of its movement? That's just shy. It begins to move over towards you, Matilda. And then it is going to use its action to reach its tentacles out and try and grapple you. So I need you to roll athletics or acrobatics.
Fucking Christ. Why me with athletics and acrobatics? Jesus fuck.
It's been
Okay.
everybody.
No, but I mean... I'm only complaining because like Matilda is like the weakest piece of shit that's like ever existed. So
It's gonna
like,
try and grapple you. Use your book smarts to get out of it.
I know. Okay, well at least
You have your
acrobatics.
armor of Agathis. This is good.
I know.
Oh yeah, shit, it's terrified of you. You're right. No, thank you. It does not do that. It would
Oh.
actually remain where Vincent had grabbed it.
Mm.
There you go.
It is instead going to
Gotta
use,
remind it where its place is.
since it will not since it will not dash, it is going to issue a command to Matilda to run as far away as possible from the creature.
Oh, good luck. I got so many voices in my head. I don't listen to them. Why do you think I'm gonna listen to you?
Because the
Stupid fucking
DM wills it
jellyfish.
so.
No.
There is
one
no
you have
save
to
for
listen.
this. Yeah.
Because if you fail to save,
Oh.
we can turn this into the run meme.
Human prisoner's turn.
Just die
There's-
already.
There is literally only one way that this guy manages to break out of whatever it is that's controlling him. I did not give him his 11 points of damage. He's almost dead, that's for sure. And then
He tried. Like he got out at one point and then was like, I'm going back in. So like
it's true. Now it is Mo's turn. Mo, with nothing left to do, is going to use his action to try and break out of this creature.
Mo's not in the creature, he's on Vincent.
He's in your clothing, and you're in
You're
the
in the
creature.
creature.
I'm 50 feet up in the air.
You are right. You are not in the creature.
No.
It is
Ah.
going to move
It's
towards
gonna
you
be
with all
like-
of its movement.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
it used
flying, like-
used 20 to go over, so it's now 20 feet up as well.
Okay. I'm
which
still
means
50 feet
that-
up in the air.
Both Killian and the human are also 20 feet up.
Uh-oh. That means popping out comes with a bit more.
Vincent is not in it. The creature is moving up towards you, Vincent.
Tracking me, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I can play
And,
play tag with this thing.
Can you move Moonbeam? You absolutely can, yes?
Yeah.
So
So he'll
Mo
move
is
it.
going to move the Moonbeam.
You can just put it in like this four corners.
Matilda, you just see this beam move over towards you and stop as you're just in front of this wall of deathly moonlight, and it begins to tear through the creature's body as Mo's just like, keep it coming. Come on. Over here. Come to Mo. Killian, you are now up.
So, age. Until the spell ends, when a creature enters the spell area for the first time on its turn or starts its turn there. Okay, yeah.
Okay, because is it a turn or its turn? Because I think we had
Its
this
turn.
wrong with Moonlight before.
Yeah, so it just triggers at the beginning of its turn.
Okay, excellent. Killian, it is now your turn.
She's not doing super good. She's out of most of her tricks. She has a single spell slot left, but she doesn't exactly want to use it to heal herself.
Can you kill the human prisoner?
No.
Why would she want to do that?
So it stops sucking health out of it.
It would probably still do that.
You have seen that this creature does not seem to give two shits about dead creatures.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mercy kill at this point.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
I give you guys that with your passive investigation, not for free, just so you're aware. Fantastic building of characters, everybody.
I'm going to try to break free again. I'm just gonna like try to swim to the bottom and like push my way out. Because
Okay.
the way I see it is I can probably. I forgot I had temp HP. So that comes back at the start of my turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to break out through the bottom. That's athletics, right?
Indeed.
Ugh.
Hold on.
No.
I'm holding.
I still have an inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm going to spend that.
Okay.
Much better.
That's much better. You reach down, you tear through the creature, and you just rip out a small piece of the membrane as you fall out. You drop 20 feet. So that is 2d6 fall damage. Take 6 points of bludgeoning as you hit the ground. And as you kind of fall out and are just ejected, you slam into the ground. You look up at the creature, and you can see the other one still kind of like dancing in the mass. As you are tearing through the membrane, you see that the membrane itself is getting weaker. It's continuing to fill in and cover those holes, but it's getting thinner and thinner and more translucent as you look at it.
This is a bit of a player question. Not that I have an action left to really do much of anything, but when it has been like pinging its allies with damage, was it doing that multiple times a turn, or was it like its reaction?
It does seem like it was doing it. It has done it more than once per round.
Okay. Well, I flop down. I see now that the wall is back to being like movable.
It's mush now, actually. Let me go ahead and just remove this wall for you guys.
And we've been hearing a lot of shouting coming
Oh
from
yeah.
that room.
Yes.
A lot of shouting.
Okay.
Give me the jewel now.
In this case, does falling take up my movement?
No.
Okay, cool. Then, oh man, I can't get all the way there. Oh man. Okay. I used my action. Wish I had a bonus. But I'm just going to move out here. Oops. Why can't I move? Oh, I'm on the ruler. Move right to there. Can I see into the room? Is my vision updating correctly?
Yes. Anything you can
Okay.
see in Foundry, you can see proper.
Yeah, I'll just with my rifle in hand, just kind of like shout at Jojo like, "What's going on in there? Do you need help?"
Yeah, there's these two fuckers, and there's my mom, and my mom's still getting hurt.
Then Gillian, for the end of her turn, she'll shout to Vincent, because she assumes that Vincent's the one using the moonbeam and not Mo. She'll say, "Vincent, get rid of that damage. We shouldn't be hurting it."
Okay, well, it's stuck there for now. What do you want to do with this thing? We also have some visitors, and he'll point towards the cliff. But you guys, at this angle, might be able to see them. They stand at the edge.
Yeah, do I see them?
They're not there at the edge, but if they move,
Oh, okay.
to, like,
No, you can't. From where you are, you
Okay.
can't see them.
I mean, one problem at a time, I guess. It sounds like Jojo's mom's in the other room. Maybe we should all just fall back. And that's Gillian's turn.
Okay. Matilda, you're up.
Is my turn just running?
I don't know.
Well, no, because it told me to run, right? Like it.
That's right. Get as far away from it as you can.
Okay. is that my whole action?
That will be your. You will have to action dash
have
to
to
get as far as
dash.
possible. Yeah. Once you have accomplished this, then that is
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. Just to be just dash around the room.
You just run in and you begin to tear your way through the room to the
Yeah.
confusion of these arguing individuals. You ran around, you were not within melee range of any of them, so they maintain just mad confusion as they look at you, and this one continues focusing on Jojo, but is clearly distracted by this individual who just ran in, and the other one is looking towards you, Jojo, preparing to attack. Matilda, as you end your turn here using your action, you kind of come back to your senses and you begin to look around the room, and you see all of this transpiring.
Hold on 1 second, I'm just checking, making sure that there's nothing that I can do as a bonus action. No, I'm good. I can't throw alchemist fire on them for bonus actions. That's an action. Kate, I'll end my turn. I'm annoyed that my turn sucked, but I'll end it.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to quickly just refresh the stream screen. Things seem to get a little weird. It's not selecting everybody anymore, just Vincent. It's just like, now we just need to know what's going on with Vincent over here.
It should always be the center of attention.
Okay, and Jojo, it is your turn.
I'm going to the one that's holding the dagger towards Rowena. She's gonna say, "Don't you fucking dare threaten my family!" And she's gonna bring down recklessly on this one, the Warhammer.
Just like, you just punch them with the gem.
I guess
Okay.
I am one-handing. I'm not versatile because I have the gem in my one hand. So
With a Warhammer, you can't even use it without two hands. It's a two-handed weapon.
no, it's
It's versatile.
versatile.
Oh, it's first. Oh, that's true. What am I talking about?
Yeah. 9 damage. Bludgeoning,
damage.
non-magical.
Bringing that Warhammer down aggressively as you can. Let me see. 9 damage. You hit them, and they have a reaction. They do. They disappear for a brief moment. You slam the hammer down, and you just pass through smoke. Slamming into the ground, it impacts underneath the weight, and this individual appears 15 feet away in the corner.
As my extra attack, I'm going to like upswing right at the other one. So recklessly against that one.
Get him in, please.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 hits. They're going to use their reaction to get 15 feet away from you.
And that's
This one, I can't make it. Actually, this is difficult terrain. Get rid of that. This one's going to disappear from you and appear behind Rowena.
bonus action, sort of like, you know how in like Harry Potter when everyone like the Death Eaters are like the black smoke and then the Order of the Phoenix is like white smoke and they're all chasing each other.
Apparating.
Just like that apparating. Jojo's woof apparate like zoops like right beside this one. And it's like looming over them. Don't you fucking dare touch her. And that's my turn.
We can't fail. This can't happen. You're not allowed to do this. We'll help you. We'll help you. Give us the stone.
Never! Sorry, the Harry Potter references.
He looks. They're going to take their turns now. They get their reactions back.
Okay.
I need you. This one's going to move up 5 feet towards you. I need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
Okay, good. Love those. I love wisdom saving throws.
Also, I need to roll something. Oh, Rowena is currently a Livy. Okay. Okay.
The one natty 20, the other one's a 6.
Both of them bring hands up and just claw down in front of you, and you see the world around you begin to just rake. Behind, you see a faint blip of azure flame as this individual reaches forward to touch onto your back, and you actually, I'm sorry, the first one that you failed is actually a charisma saving throw, so you can go ahead and reroll that.
Should I re-roll it or just use the same number with my
Full
other
re-roll.
one?
If I fuck it up, then that's it. Just re-roll. Same thing with you guys. Still fail. Reaches forward, places a hand on your back, and your entire body erupts into this azure flame. Begins to tear around you. The one in the front reaches forward, and you see him trace their fingers through the air, and you see that same glittering, like glimmer, pour around as they hold on to a similar gemstone to the one that you have in your hand. And as they begin to cast this, they bring a hand forward, slam it on towards you, and you manage to just fight off this lingering effect on your mind as you begin to see this just gemstone begin to obscure your vision. You fight that off with your force of will, and this blue flame begins to erupt around you. You take... Go ahead and check this. You take 6 points of fire damage and 3 points of cold damage. And you erupt with azure flame.
Ooh, it's a chilly flame.
That is the end of these guys' turns. And now to the north, Vincent, you see the male stride forward. The female whispers something into his ear. He approaches over here. He reaches down to his waist, and you don't see anything there. But he grabs onto something and pulls out what amounts to an invisible blade. Brings his hands up together, just begins to channel, brings his blade down, and you see him begin to sever the top of his own head with the back of the blade before carrying it forward, and you see the blood just rip out in this one blade that flips in a direct line towards the creature. This is 90 feet.
Weird flex, but okay. What the fuck?
90 feet. Is anyone on the inside of this room? Okay. That won't actually work. That's fine. So, he takes aim. Who's on the right? Who's on the left? Killian, you're outside of the creature now, right?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
over
she's
here.
not there.
Okay.
This hit
Good.
Mo too. Is he like inside of me?
They don't seem to be targeting you. As this blade flies forward, I'm going to go ahead and make an attack roll for them.
Oh, they're hitting the jelly. Okay, this will completely change Vincent's next turn then. Nice.
As
I
it
had
flings
something
forward, it hits into the side of the jellyfish, and you see it just vivisect it. A large section of it just begins to fall down. The liquid begins to pour out, and as this chunk of the jellyfish hits the ground, it begins to shiver and shake. The body itself, you can see the membrane beginning to close around the wound in desperation. And then he looks towards you and says, "In the business, that's what we call a kill steal." As he holds on, and then you see the jellyfish begin to fall before it kind of puffs itself back out and begins to rise. And then he just kind of stands there and looks at it awkwardly, looking back. "Forget I said anything." And then just places the blade back in and turns around to go back to where he was. The sister is just, "Good job, brother."
Why, 'cause
You
he didn't
you
kill
did
it?
so good. Yeah, as she just begins to mock him, and you can practically see the blush on the back of his head as he is moving
Sorry,
towards the
Appreciate it.
dwarves
love.
once more.
It's
Don't
just
mind
blood.
if you steal my kills.
We will find out who you are, whether you tell us or not. And if you do anything to reveal that we were here, we will kill you. You see the
I'll say
blade
that in
slice through the
return as
creature.
well.
The creature is brought to 0. You see the hit points slowly drain away from it as the entire body shrivels and then forces itself back into position. The flame that sits within the body, you see it begin to attempt desperately to keep this flame in light. I'm going to roll the dice here.
Yes, get it.
Her mom's gonna fall though.
You
I
see
know.
like solar flares, little bits begin to pour out like an inverse solar flare. And then as the flare begins to lift, the body squeezes it back down into a solid
Oh,
circle,
flex.
maintaining its focus and beginning to regenerate. Vincent, now it is your turn.
What? So the jelly got split in two.
It did. A large chunk of it hit the ground, and then at the
Stop moving that chunk.
correct, as it hit 0 hit points, it was trying to keep that flame in check, and as it succeeded, it began to regenerate. It is currently still at 0 hit points. Its turn has not yet started.
Kill the human.
Why do I want that as a ringtone?
Are you yelling this from the other room, Matilda?
It's the metagaming spooky bitch ghost.
Oh my goodness.
Then unfortunately I can't listen to that.
No, okay.
Okay. I wanted to do something else, but he didn't attack me, so.
You're not pressing push attack, I think.
Vincent will look down at it. Killian told him not to hit it, but then this thing sliced it in half anyways, so.
Killian just like shrugs at you like.
I think we just need to deal with this deal. My hand is going to alight, and I'm gonna try and throw firebolt towards the alchemy flask inside of it.
I did forget one thing. On the inside of the room, Rowena falls unconscious once more.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I figured.
Also, falls unconscious. You literally see just blood begin to pour out of her mouth.
Fuck.
Damn near did more than her full hit points into the night.
Oh.
Almost an instant kill. Vincent, as you target the flame, pulling your firebolt back, go ahead and roll an attack roll. You are currently in melee, so this would be a disadvantage.
No, I'm 30 feet away from it.
You're currently 30 feet away from it, so this would be a disadvantage.
3D
Straight attack
combat's
roll.
hard in 2D, yo.
Yeah.
Took me a second to even wrap my brain around what your sentence was.
I'm trying to think. No, just a normal hit. 24 to hit.
24 hits, even with an inflated AC. Go ahead and roll damage.
The flames will like engulf Vincent's arm, and then he'll be like, Carson.
He appears next to you, and you hear he's like begins to speak normally, and he's like, "Yes, one moment." And then his voice alters into an echo to match kind of like this just chamber he's in. How can I help you? Help you.
Make sure this hits love.
He kind of takes aim and places his hand underneath your elbow and just like brings your arm out to the side and begins to use your own magic to charge the flame in your hand. And then like Ghost just reaches around you and begins to aim the firebolt as it erupts out from your hand, hits the membrane of the creature, like begins to dig in before boom, tearing through, slamming into the flame and the membrane holding it in place. 8 fire damage. As you slam into the membrane itself, the creature, now desperate to recover what hit points it had, will use one last ability. Who is currently in the creatures? Just that human.
Yeah.
How much hit points do you have, human?
How much? I don't think.
Not enough.
Also, I was
Nice.
I was aiming for the alchemy flask, not.
No, yeah, for sure. That the flame that it's like holding in place.
Bye.
Oh. You see the human on the inside begin to shrivel as the body becomes like just it's using this thing as just a vessel to heal. And as the energy begins to pour into the body and it tries to just fixate this hardened membrane around that individual piece, adding 5 to its AC, the flame hits, tears straight through, and the flame from the alchemy flask immediately pours through the entire body of the creature, and you just hear as it just lets out this faint steam and this just shriek. All of you feel a sense of impending terror and fright and just
Well, not
unknown. And as this creature finally begins to flail and shrivel, the cosmos within it goes out. And the body hits the ground and just turns to liquid as the gemstones hit the stone underneath, and the creature is defeated. The light in the room goes out. And you hear throughout the entirety of the mine, echoing through the chamber. Anything with the rest of your turn, Vincent?
I'm assuming the person that was inside of him looks very dead, right? Yeah, it fell to the ground.
He's not dead, actually. He's still faintly alive. As far as you can tell, he does not seem conscious.
This. Okay. Killian, dear, are you gonna go into the room, or are you gonna stay out here?
Going in the room.
Okay, I'll join you in a second, and he'll fly down to the ground next to the jellyfish. And yeah, that's all I can do for
You hit the ground and gently touch down. Carson looks towards you and says, "Magnificent. Of course I helped."
Vincent just smirks and looks down at this undead or this what looks like dying individual.
Mo reaches up and says, "Can I eat him?"
No.
There's so much meat. And he falls back, looks towards the moon and says, "At least I have the moon within my grasp."
Moonbeam shred shines
You are correct.
dim
Thank you.
light in a cylinder. Dim light fills the cylinder, it says. That's it. So it doesn't actually shed any light. It just says-
Really?
Yeah, dim light fills the cylinder.
Oh man, the
Okay.
human's not in the cylinder. I was like, fuck. Can we just kill this thing
Oh
already?
my god.
A silvery beam, 5 foot high, 40 foot radius. 40 foot high cylinder until the spell ends. Dim light fills the cylinder. Wow. This is the worst, wow. This is the worst magnifying glass I've ever fucking seen. So you guys can see whatever's in there. Great. At the end of Mo's turn, he maintains it because he's just enjoying the dream of having the moon
Keep
within
it
his
up. It
fingertips.
might be useful. I don't know
Yes.
what else is around.
Our celestial bodies within your power are always the best choice. Killian, you're up.
Finally get all of my actions.
Woo.
I'm going to bonus action to disengage, just in case anyone tries to get me. I can't move through this wall.
I think you're going.
You gotta go over here and then down.
Yes. All right. And this is Rowena, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is indeed.
Killian will kind of like rush in, kind of slide down to like one knee, and drop her last spell slot on a Cure Wounds on Rowena.
Ooh. I have managed to empty the Artificer spell slots.
Yay!
I take this as an achievement.
It's pretty easy, man. I don't get that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So heals Rowena.
As she recovers 10 hit points, she was previously at 0. Go ahead and bring her. to
Mm-hmm.
proper
When you empty the
side.
bard, that's an achievement.
Is she in turn order?
No, she is the NPCs at current or initiative 20.
Oh, okay.
As the way this event had been planned.
Coolio.
As looking onwards towards this, you rush in, slide down, reaching forward. Once again, unleash this just blast of healing, and as it once again clear slams into her chest, she smears the blood across her cheek, and then looks around, leaning up towards the others. As her mind now clear of fog, you see that just crystalline arm, difficult to move, but she begins to reach into her pouch at her waist, finding
She
herself.
looks up and sees her daughter just covered in flame.
As you begin that, Killian, anything with the end of your turn?
No, that's all I got.
Excellent. I really want to say the creature used a legendary action.
Oh no.
Matilda, you're up.
Does it though?
I know.
Doesn't.
No, it is ash and goo.
I move up one spot and I kind of look at Joe's mother with like derision, kind of like sniff and like just disgusted by this woman, and then I'm gonna itty beady this one.
They have
Oh,
their
wait.
reactions back.
These tables, do they just have like a pillow and a fan?
Indeed.
Okay. Cool.
They're being quite pampered in here.
There's a 13 hit.
13. Unleashing the blast. Crackling energy flies forward. It would hit, but the creature disappears in a puff of smoke, appearing now 15 feet here, directly in front of you. Your ranged attack will have disadvantage now, child. I will smack your hand before you can get off that blast.
I'm gonna itty beady them again, even if it's at disadvantage. There's only one intelligent being allowed to be here.
It just died. No! Well, shit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Amazing.
Eat
So
shit.
good.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only one intelligent creature allowed to be here. It just died. Poof, you blast the head. Poof, gone. Oh, so bad that the headphones come off of the
Including your
guy.
headphones.
And he slams back into the ground behind, just head eviscerated. The body
good.
begins to flitter away to ash.
What a
Oh,
waste.
it flitters away to ash. Oh boy.
Yeah, these are from the dungeon.
Oh, shit.
What a waste of cells when you were born.
Wasn't really. It was dungeon meat.
What a waste of ash.
The other one looks over towards its fallen comrade and just no. Looks towards all of you with aggression. Anything with the rest of your turn, Matilda?
I wish I could eedy beady them again, but I can't. But that is my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, Jojo,
Do
You're
I
up.
take some fire, or is that at the end?
you do. You take. You take 2 points of fire damage and 4 points of cold damage.
Okay, cool. Let me just update. I updated in 2 places. So, okay, I go for a swing that I'm sure they'll dodge, but I'll go for it anyway. Recklessly. 23 to hit.
Damn it. They use their reaction. Disappear in a mist.
And then the same thing where she like follows them, and as they appear, she brings it down with another one.
So are you using a bonus action to Misty Step?
Yeah.
So you can't split up your extra attack with a bonus action in the middle.
Oh,
you
I
can
can't?
You can though move, so you can just walk up
Oh,
to it.
well then I would just walk, I guess.
It's much
If you
less
want-
cool.
That's cool, Adrian.
I'm saving your bonus action. As you swing down, they miss, and you fucking just anticipating their movement, run with them in stride, and as they reappear and their eyes open, already the Warhammer is coming down on them again.
Awesome. Ooh, well, that's
No, stop it!
Oh.
One of those things, guys.
He
That
reaches
is a
towards
30
the
damage.
gemstone. Fuck! He reaches towards the gemstone as you're holding your weapon in hand, and you bring it crashing down, slamming into the side of this guy's neck. You just hear as the head itself just separates off to the side, shoulder destroyed, entire body just gushing blood from the side as he looks on towards you and says, Okay, fine. If this is the way we play, he's going to activate his mythic action.
Oh, it's a mythic
Oh.
action. What? You've activated my trap card.
Got through his first health bar, guys.
He
Fuck this
disappears,
guy.
and in his place, you see the body itself tear in just individual pieces like an implosion. And eventually, as it hits a singularity, it just begins to burst out with this gentle and calm light that begins to pour out around you. I need Matilda, Jojo. Let me see, who else is in the area?
Is it making a
Killian, you
attack?
are the safe one. No, I need each of you to roll against calm emotions.
Oh.
That's a wisdom?
Wisdom saving
save.
throw.
Classic. No, I'm so good at those. It's okay. It's
That-
okay.
that's my secret. I'm always afraid. Or I'm
Believe
always
in the heart of the dice.
Come on, I want to be fifth.
Don't trust the dice.
The heart of the dice is like, fuck you.
You've activated my trap card. You flip it, and you die.
Obviously, the Yu-Gi-Oh references are not helping me.
and 11 doesn't save, I'm assuming.
11
I need to
does
stick
not
with the
save.
Harry Potter references. Those always do better.
As Rowena looks on towards the both of you, holding the weapon in hand, your aggression sinks to a 0. You're still raging. Don't get me wrong. You're just raging happily and indifferently. Matilda, you immediately feel a sense of indifference begin to cloud your mind. And as I place this upon you, I don't have a clam emotions. Okay.
Clam.
Yeah, clam emotions. Clams are always calm, guys. As this wave begins to pour over you. Is that the end of your turn, Jojo?
I have my bonus action.
You
but
sure do.
I don't really care about. I'm indifferent to it, so I'm just yeah. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Indifferent doesn't mean like just completely out of it. You're just like, you look at this creature and you don't see a hostile creature anymore. You're just
Yeah.
like, meh.
Yeah. I guess there's like I don't see a point. Like I don't see another place I'd rather be.
Okay.
So yeah,
Not
Cool,
next to your previously dying mother.
she's fine right now.
I'm indifferent towards that. Vincent, you are up.
Okay. Looking down at this individual, the jellyfish, did it flitter away to Ash as well afterwards?
It's slowly tearing away to ash as we speak. There's still quite a bit of this liquid left, though.
Is there a jewel? Like all the creatures we killed in the dungeon had those little crystal jewels in them. Is there one there?
You do. You see one relatively large of these kind of like blood red cores that begins to form from the liquid. And as it solidifies, it ting 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 hits the solid stone.
Oh, can you go grab that for me?
Of course. And he begins to like move his way towards the moonbeam. No,
Okay.
don't want to walk in the moonlight.
Crouching down a little bit, Vincent's going to like just using his tail, just kind of move the guy's head back and forth. Is he breathing, or does it seem like he needs to be stabilized?
I just rolled a death save for this individual at initiative 20. And as you lean down to grab onto the body, you hear as the last bit of breath leaves him.
Good.
Hmm. Oh well, we tried, dear. I'll walk this way. You can squeeze through here. I need to move this thing. Oh, and then in his head, he's just like, "Can you tell your comrade thanks? I appreciate it."
She's still laughing at him. She's like, did you see? He was so confident. Oh, we will make sure that you don't get away with this information, though. We'll meet again near the entrance.
Sure, dear. Just I like those who are more willing to chit chat. I think we've seen enough fighting for today. And I don't have any reason to let anyone know who you are or where you were. And I think as long as we can do that for each other, I don't see any reason why we can't come to some sort of agreement.
I thought I had you pegged. It turns out you're exactly who I thought you were.
Good. I like those who are smart enough to think for themselves.
I'm cutting off this telepathic communication now.
He'll wait to see if she can.
She can't.
Good try, dear. So I guess he can dash because he didn't use his. Actually, I can just hover and do the flying. So
You,
he
like,
comes into
smash
the
your
room
head?
And like looks in. Is everything okay in here? Oh, you guys need any more assistance?
You now see
No, we're
this
good.
small energy, this energy beast that's just tearing out waves of brilliant cosmic energy.
You. Who is this? What is this?
Oh, it just showed up. It was one of the guys with the knife.
Sorry, love. We'll talk later. I'll meet you at the entrance. And he'll move the telepathic bond to this thing. What are you?
You hear once again both that thousandfold tone. The tone that continues for about 3.6 seconds, and then shifts into another tone, and then another, where you hear on the inside a cacophony of voices crying out, "They're attacking! The song plays once more! Take to the hills! Keep the walls!" As this just constant scene is replaying in this creature's consciousness. Gallimar will not fall, not this day.
It seems to be some sort of memories from the dungeon. They're quite interesting. Good story. Vincent will just like reach into his action basically, reach into his thing, pull out his notebook, and start writing an invisible scripture. Basically, what this thing is telling him. It's maybe some information about the dungeon, and then he'll end his turn.
Okay. Mo would have been with you at this moment.
He told him to grab the jewel, so he would have probably.
He'll do that on his turn, but he wasn't able because you moved with him.
Oh.
Oh, we can say that you just kind of like scooped Mo out, threw him away. That's fine.
Go.
in a nicer way than that, gently placed down. It is now Mo's turn. Mo is going to move over. He grabs onto the jewel and just kind of lifts it up and holds onto it as he begins to move, still just like bloody, just tapping his feet down on the ground. The old wings are tired. I must maintain. Then he moves over towards you. Master, you saved me. Now seems the perfect time to show my gratitude. And he holds up the gemstone, like weakly, and says, I've received it. Begins to move forward towards you. Killian, you were up.
Did Vincent say out loud that he was like memories of the dungeon, or
Yeah, that was out loud.
Okay. What did Rowena do on her turn?
At the beginning of initiative 20. Thank you. Both them, Rowena and the creature, get to act. I had a little marker for myself in here previously, but getting rid of the other creatures got rid of it. I'll throw this in now. And then they will preemptively act. That's just a token that I've placed, hence the strange name. As the elemental and Rowena stands and looks towards the creature, reaching back for her component pouch. She is not wearing it. She's simply wearing the ceremonial garb. And as she looks around, she just kind of brings her hand in and forms these arcane runes in the air, and then just lets loose a just frigid blast of cold towards the creature. The cosmos itself just warps open to leave like this kind of black hole, and it just passes directly through, slamming into the wall behind, and you see it just glacially, that's not a word, fills the small section of the wall with ice, and then Rowena begins to just stand up from prone and begins to places a hand on your shoulder, like just the crystalline hand, so it's just like, thank you, as she pats you, and then just begins to move over towards you, Jojo, where she will grab onto you and just be like, Jojo, wake up, and begin to shake you as you look over towards her. No,
Wait.
Something's wrong. Attack it.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Why?
Why not?
Wait. Maybe not this right now. She's gonna move the crystal arm away from her, considering what it did last time.
You're grounded.
You're grounded. You stabbed me
you
in the back, Mom.
You can't do that. I'm the mother. What? What do you mean? And then she just begins this look of worry that belies the entire situation that is around you guys. The creature then moves over towards you, Jojo, and is going to attempt to wrestle the gemstone from your body. As it just kind of just passes on top of you, and you can feel the cosmic energy begin to just tug at your hand. Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Ooh, we're gonna go with athletic bow shout.
Would that break the calm emotions?
This is not a hostile. This is not an attack. It is not a harmful effect. Attempting to wrestle this from her would not break the calm emotions.
Okay.
Go ahead and check this.
Only 14.
Excellent. Condition. Okay, excellent. The gemstone lifts out of your hand and flitters into the body of the creature. It's then going to move over here. The rest of its movement in an attempt to make its way towards the door.
It occupies Killian's space.
It can. As it moves over you, Jojo, you just feel this kind of like radiance, this warmth, as though from the sun, and then it passes by you, and then hovers over Killian, you feel the same radiance. And now at the beginning of your turn, Killian, you take 5 points of radiant damage.
Such is life.
Yeah,
At
sorry.
least I'm not downed. Okay. Cool. Well, do I see the crystal?
You do. It is hovering in the mass of the body.
All right. Killian is just gonna like kind of get a little pissed. She's tired of things just attacking and like just dealing damage, and just everyone's hurt and this fight won't end. So she's going to just drop her rifle for the moment. She's gonna pull out the Enthian Knight longsword. And in her, she actually still does have what's it called? She still has heroism on her, so she gains 3 temp HP, which is very nice.
You will only take 2 damage then.
Yeah. It's very good. I should update that. Boop. All right. And then she just grips the sword and she says, "The hero stands at the marble gates as we stand before him. What is the right answer?" And then she swings for the gem specifically.
Voices, multiple voices at once, pour out. "Galamar will never submit. Not to the Mad King. Yet the walls shall fall. We will never forget. We will never submit."
Do I need to roll with disadvantage because I'm making a targeted attack, or
No,
how does that work? Okay,
because you're within the creature at this moment, basically.
gotcha. I'm so bad today.
11 hits, and because it hits, it is a critical hit.
Crit
Mm,
against objects.
let's go. 19 damage.
Woo!
Yes! Get it, girl! Get it, girl!
Carve the thing in two. As the gemstone shatters, you hear the will of this creature hit 0. All of
inside
the
of it-
voices at once give out death throes or wails of pain. You feel immediately, everybody in this room, as the creature begins to erupt with this wave of emotion. You feel loss. You feel like failures. You feel as though the entire world around you is crumbling, and though a new light surrounds the horizon before you, and a new sense of vengeance fills your minds. You feel angry. And the creature, composed entirely of will, shrinks to nothingness. Hits the ground in a small stone that begins to coalesce, and as the rest of what remains of this energy around it begins to flitter away to ash, you see another of the gemstones that you had previously gathered, Vincent, sitting in a perfect sphere on the ground. Ting,
Ooh.
ting, 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 ting.
Nice.
Perfect sphere. We've never seen that before, huh? With the monster core?
It's
You've
just it's probably very expensive.
As it hits the ground, bounces, you can hear that faint reverberation and the boom ringing of the Enthian Knight blade finally finishes its echo and its divine song. You find yourselves in silence in this chamber.
We should.
Jojo
probably
puts out
go.
the fire. She probably takes fire damage again before she's able to put it out, right?
You do. At the beginning of your turn here, you take.
Are we still in initiative order? Who's the enemy?
You are not in initiative order.
Okay.
As the
Vincent will-
enemies have been defeated.
Lean down and pick up the core unless he saw Killian going for it.
Killian doesn't go for it.
Okay.
Jojo, you take 4 points of fire damage. 4 points of cold damage, 5 points of fire damage. And as the flames continue to erupt around you, allow me to actually click on this because it's a little bit different.
It's not just something I can put out on my action.
However, first, allow me to do a thing. Mhm. As you go to douse the flame, roll another charisma saving throw.
If Vincent looks over and sees her struggling with it, could he inspire her before that happens?
I've not said the outcome, so absolutely.
How much is it? A D6?
Yeah.
Well,
That's good.
Yeah.
With 6, that is exactly the DC.
awesome.
As you are dousing the flames, you feel them continue to burn you, and as Vincent calls out to you with these words of inspiration, you force that just energy and that force of will into your body, and as you fixate on this flame going out, you feel like your own heat surpass that of the flame, and it flitters out across your body at once.
Mom, are you okay?
I don't feel very good.
What's...
You said I attacked you.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Do you remember us arriving?
Yes, I remember talking with Hugh and Killian and Matilda in the basement.
Uh-huh.
I had a mask, and someone came down the stair. The door opened.
Yeah.
Jojo, you have to know I wouldn't attack you. It's ridiculous.
Insight check?
Rolls out.
Yeah, I want to too. Matilda's just like quietly staring at her very angrily in the corner, just like very menacingly.
Yeah, Mom, of course. Yeah, I know you're cursed and stuff. Are you still cursed? Because
I can't tell shit.
This is still like crystal, right?
She looks down at her hand, and it's not changed in the slightest. It must be. I feel like a fog has lifted, but I don't know what to do about this. She looks down at her right hand and continues just trying to move her digits, and is capable. As she does so, light seems to transpire down her arm like veins.
I mean, it looks really cool, but
I should study it.
I don't
that's
mean
sort
to
of
be-
how you've gotten this. Yeah.
If we have the means to heal this, let's not do so right now yet. I'll monitor it. I'll see if it expands, and if it does so, then I'll think about it. It's a few inches from my lungs, so it shouldn't be too much. I have 2 of them, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem right now. And it just begins to pique her interest.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news and interrupt this new family reunion, but we should probably figure out if we need to leave and take anything and investigate anything before. That sword was pretty loud, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, it just seemed like the right
No,
thing
it's
to do
fine,
at the
Killian.
time.
I think you did good, to a degree. There was 2 individuals up above. They saw who we were and that we were casting spells and doing everything. Speaking with them, they assumed we were from Amaranth, but they also don't want to be known. So I'm sure I can strike a deal with them. They'll be waiting for us at the front.
Do you think that Orion could come meet us, like here, though?
I'm assuming if we summon him now, he would take us away immediately. We'd have
Yeah,
no
do you-
time to search the area.
How's the weave doing? Can't we not leave until it's fixed?
I'm sure we could go back whenever we wanted. We have what we came for.
If my hypothesis is correct, they might be dealing with more openings in the weave because you use that sword out here, not in the dungeon.
I need everyone to roll a group investigation check briefly.
Is there any reason? I'm just wondering why Vincent would need to.
Just something that you were talking about.
Okay, it pertains to what he was talking about.
Do I get advantage because I've been investigating the dungeon very thoroughly in my off time?
No, not in this instance.
Okay, I tried.
As you guys think back on the information that you have and the sending scroll that will allow you to escape here, you also recall Mistra and several other people stating that long-range communications are either being intercepted or stopped entirely.
Right.
So that sending scroll, if used right now, there's a good chance it won't even go through.
So we would need to get out of the city first.
Well, the reason Killian
Or-
asked was in case this thing that we just killed was the thing that was stopping communication.
Yeah, I was also wondering about that. But
With
there's no
potential.
Is there a
I
way we
could
can-
try and contact Dad. Well, not both.
Oh. Well, it might be getting intercepted, right? So maybe make it vague and don't tell anything to
Yeah,
people.
it would just be for a test. I'd ask him if he had tea this morning or something.
Yes, but Dad's stupid. He would probably let them know that it was him in the phone call or in the message.
You could just say in the phone call, this call is probably being monitored
That's fine.
for
I'll figure
quality
it out.
assurance reasons.
Well, I don't mean to be a bother, and Vincent will walk forward, pick up the jewel and Mo, and put him in his thing again. I'm
There
gonna
were
look
also. Go ahead and roll perception. As you move around right away at DC 10,
fly up as well.
you do take note. I think the moonbeam will probably drop now. At DC 10, you do see the gemstones that were previously dropped from the center of this creature. There's another 3 of those. I'm sorry, 2 of those. And as they were floating around, basically the small ones that were little pebbles have all but flittered away, but 2 of them were large enough that they actually managed to take this crystalline form and drop. They are sitting with this kind of just energy, this cosmic energy on the inside of them.
Okay.
You managed to find those, and with your perception of 9, looking up to the top of the area, the people who you had previously seen are now all but gone.
Mm-hmm.
As you are glancing around, and beyond your dark vision, you can't make out anything past that. Looking around in the area itself, just bones littering the ground, you see this vegetation that was feeding off of the energy that this creature was releasing. Still there, but slowly wilting. And that's about everything you get from there.
Okay. There's not much going on out here. I've collected all the cores, so but
What
there
about
is a way up.
What about the guy? Killian comes out and then just like, I'm guessing sees him just like.
When you went in, I looked down, dear. Unfortunately, he didn't make it.
Okay. So we should bring him with, right?
What's Jojo's mom's name?
Rowena.
Rowena, dear, what is your usual protocol when members of your family go down on a mission?
We will take them back. There are, though it is incredibly expensive, we can potentially vie for revival, and if that's not within the cards, then burial. Do you have any acid on you? And she just begins to look at her arm again.
No. And he'll fly forward again. I think we can get out through this way. The other 2 told us to meet us near the entrance, and they were heading this way, so I'm assuming it leads back there.
Rowena looks outside and then kind of can't make out anything, so she takes this torch from the wall, this hooded lantern over here, takes it off the wall and just begins to leave the room with it. She takes one last glance into the room itself and looks at kind of the strange architecture and just begins to...
Yeah.
Such research left behind. Jojo, come on. Come with me. Stay next to me. Stay near me. Unless you don't want to.
Just give me a second. I want to just take a look at everything. And she's just going to take a look around and like, be like, fans, pillows, what the fuck are those for? Like, what's the statue? Like, I don't want to look around the statue for like weird buttons, I guess, or like levers or something that might be like, I don't know, this is a staircase underneath or something.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Before she does this, could she like take out her medal of wit and smash it in her hand? She has advantage on this.
As you crush this metal, you just feel a clarity of mind.
That's a 24 investigation.
Scouring the room, aside from the room itself being seemingly purposefully built to be some kind of shrine, you see these 2 angelic deities. As you investigate them, these statues seem eerily familiar, almost like mirrors of each other, but they're eerily familiar to the one that you had seen in the room where you had fought the Moonlight Blade. This, at the very least, the darker statue seems to be that deity. As you look at them, both of them hands clasped to their faces, covering their faces, so they are yet unknown. It seems as though both of them remain in this form of almost just perpetual sadness, staring towards each other but unable to come into contact. Beneath them, you see the symbol of the bladed sun of Altisha, sat upon the throne. As you scour the room, there does not seem to be any additional secrets hidden here. It is, in fact, aside from the silk curtains, very humble. There seems to be these small fans made from paper that are very worn from handling, and the pillows in which you can see indents of like foreheads placed down in prayer.
That's weird. Were those religions real at one point? Okay. Yeah, and she's gonna just note that and follow after her mom.
Matilda, as Jojo begins to follow after her mother.
Before her mother went back towards
Jojo, I grab her arm and I say to her,
I don't like you. I will continue to interact with you in a respectful and professional manner because you mean a lot to Jojo. But if it ever is just me, know that I don't trust you. And what you did was very much not okay.
I don't have any defense, and I will live with this shame for the rest of my life.
Good.
I think you're in the right. Please,
I think
keep an eye on her, and keep an eye on me. If I try anything, don't hesitate. I don't think you will.
I don't need to keep an eye on her. She can take care of herself. It's more you than I'm concerned about. And not for your well-being. I'll tell you that much right now.
and
He
then
looks
I
at
let
you
her
and
walk
says,
away.
Keep an eye on her anyway. And then turns and makes her way towards the doorway, providing light for you, Jojo, and then returning with you. And then as we pass through there, Vincent, your hand is raised.
I put a message to you. Do you not see it?
I do.
Okay, that was that.
That was the hand. And this is where we will end today's session. As we all look onwards towards Vincent, you reach the other wall and begin to look up and kind of ascertain the best way to climb this. However, with your flight,
Yeah, he's gonna fly up.
just beginning to hover up. Everybody else looking on towards Vincent as you begin to scour the area. The rest of you still feel that odd sense of just malaise with the defeat of this creature, and looking down towards the body of this jellyfish, now almost completely flittered away to ash. You all feel uncomfortable and a little bit frustrated. That feeling quickly fades with the ash. And as that happens, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, to the Dragonleaf. Until next time, charge up. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep wiping. It'll go.
Yeah, I'll get
It'll
the
work
right way
eventually.
eventually.